everything they said dull. Neutralize any threat, turn Red Skull to Dev Null. They killed virus writers that we mentioned, but instead they ascended to the VX heavens, then reincarnate as live wires. Still inside we hide ciphers and sign device drivers. Which school will we hit next? They didn't learn the format, so we've got to print F. Next step is a chin check. Freestyles that I spit best, they didn't decrypt yet. I crush internet MCs and rhyme battles. Get your Wi-Fi tackled, hacked by pineapple. I don't think you'll like my Snapple, cause I popped it with vodka in a cyanide capsule. We drink all the booze, hack all the things, drink all the booze, hack all the things, drink all the booze, hack all the things. Got this vodka and this Red Bull, they still give me wings, so we drink all the booze, hack all the things, drink all the booze, hack all the things, drink all the booze, hack all the things.
You know there's gonna be security, right?
First we drink all the booze, then hack all the things, then backdoor the firmware on anything you bring, regardless of the hardware, service or encoding. Connected to the internet and someone's gonna own it. This is for the pirates that clap and love the sound. Attacking from the cloud, then we're back in underground. There's no masking from us now. We pop tour nodes around the globe, track and hunt you down. Packed on schedule, add it to your calendar. Devices online, here comes another challenger. State infiltrated, so undercover. This is for my comrades who stare at the debuggers and trace every buffer. Examining the code flow, haven't been to sleep, better pop another no-dose. I think I'll need a planet-sized urn, cause some men just wanna watch the world burn. Your turn.
We stay out of jail.
Technologically possible, yeah.
Drink all the booze, hack all the things, drink all the booze, hack all the things, drink all the booze, hack all the things. Got this vodka and this Red Bull, they still give me wings, so we drink all the booze, hack all the things, drink all the booze, hack all the things, drink all the booze, hack all the things. 0 through 3, we're in every single ring.
I mean, these servers have more firewalls than the devil's bedroom.
Hack all the things, drink all the booze, hack all the things, hack all the things, hack all the things, things. 0 through 3, we're in every single ring. Hack all the things.
Yeah, well, good luck, man.
They still give me wings. Drink all the things, drink all the vodka and pack all the booze. Drink all the booze, hack all the hackers. Hack all the
Ladies and gentlemen and everyone around, welcome to UHC. What's up, y'all? Good day. That's just fucked up. Well, welcome everyone to UHC, to one more edition of UHC. I think we're in the 27th edition already. We have UHC every week. I mean, literally every week, every Sunday, we're here doing UHC. We have the qualifying rounds on Saturday. Well, I'm your host tonight. I'm Marina Chavada. I'm from Brazil. I'm a social engineer from Brazil, just as UHC is. So you're gonna see me struggle a little bit with English, so bear with me. UHC CTF is run by Hacking Esports, which is a Brazilian company. Their plan is to turn CTF into an official esports in the long run, using CTF as a learning platform and engaging as many people as possible during the live streams. There is a whole set of UHC social media profiles, such as Instagram for news or LinkedIn for partnerships or YouTube for past editions. So if you want to watch any of our past editions, just go to YouTube, and there's where you can find it. We also have Twitter for interaction as well. We're pretty much on every platform that you can imagine. And we also on Discord. Now, the Discord is where you can meet all the players and UHC fans. They speak both Portuguese because, it's a Brazilian company, it's a Brazilian CTF, and also English as well, just as we have both lives going on. So as we going live here in English, we also have the Brazilian live going on at the same time. And the Discord server is where you can meet new people. You can play CTF together, even if it's not, UHC. People are there playing Hack the Box and Try Hack Me and, all the CTFs you can find out there. It's also on the Discord server where you can play the qualifying rounds for playing tonight's match. So if you wanna be on screen tonight and playing around with the UHC here with us every Sunday, you just have to go through the qualifying rounds on the Discord channel every Saturday. So for you to be able to go for the Discord server, you just have to type, exclamation point Discord as a command in the chat, and the bot can give you the invite link. I would also like to thank all of our partners and sponsors for making UHC happen. It would be very, very hard to make all of this happen by ourselves. So thank you very much for Offensive Security. Yes, it is one of our sponsors, and we are very happy with that. Not only Offensive Security is sponsoring us tonight, we're also going to have an Offensive Security giveaway at the end of the stream. So if you stay with us till the end of the night, you can, take home or keep with you at home because you're already home. You can win a OSCP training, is the PWK course for the OSCP certification with 30 days access to the lab, and with 30 day access to lab. Yeah, I told that right. I said that right. And also the exam fee as well. So it's like $1,000 giveaway from Offensive Security. And there's also another giveaway as well from, it's a 1-month voucher access to the Proving Grounds, also from Offensive Security. So awesome. And you don't have to do nothing to be part of the giveaway. Just stay with us, literally stay with us. And at the end of the championship, we're going to have the Offensive Security giveaways. We also have CrowdSec as one of our sponsors. CrowdSec is a Brazilian company. It's really cool. It's Cadu's company. Cadu is the dude that develops a lot of the UHC machines. He is a monster. He's a CTF monster, and he is amazing. He has a lot of web hacking content available, not only in as trainings, but also for free. And also X Labs, another Brazilian company. They're amazing. They've been with us for so long. They have this awesome, community spirit, and they have a lot of great security solutions as well. And we have Hecate. Hecate is my own company. It's a marketing and communications agency focused on offensive security. Also offensive security, but defensive security as well. It is focused on information security as a whole. We know it's very hard to talk about security, and we help people do that. We also have, awareness campaigns and all of that. So we talk about security to pretty much everyone. The camera is delayed to the audio. Is that a thing? If anyone can confirm, the staff is saying that's not a thing. Well, now that all the partners and sponsors are thanked for, I would like to call onto screen my little beautiful cute co-host of the night. Here we have him. We have Dual Core. Intady from Dual Core. Hi, baby.
Hey, how are you doing?
I'm doing fine. How about you?
I'm doing well. You look beautiful as ever. I feel very lucky to be married to you.
Yes, we are married. Everyone keeps asking. Yes, we are. We are actually married. He is just right in the next room. Hi. Do you want to introduce yourself a little bit?
Sure. Yeah. In addition to being Marina's husband, my name is Int80. I am the rapper in Dual Core. I hack computers and make rap music about it. I've got my first solo EP coming out tomorrow, Monday, January 25th. The EP is called Loyalty. It'll be on all the platforms. So wherever you get your music, you'll be able to find it. So Apple Music, Spotify, iTunes, Amazon. I think YouTube Music now. I don't think they have Google Play anymore. Tidal, Bandcamp, etc. So please check it out. I had a blast making it. Did the EP with Michael Kill, who is a systems administrator and network administrator from North Carolina. And he did all of the beats and the production. And then our friend Cecil Nick from AutoCorrect did all of the mixing and mastering to make it sound good. And then our other nerdcore rap contemporary, Kadesh Flow, did a whole series of videos for the entire EP. So I'll get those published to YouTube as well. But yeah, you can find me on Twitter at int80 right there. And also I do most of the posting on at Dual Core Music Twitter as well, but sometimes different content. But yeah, that's pretty much it for me. I hack computers. I love technology and hacking, and I'm super excited to be here on UHC.
All right, and now we have a very special guest for tonight's match, which, you know, I'm a very huge fan, and I'm trying really hard not to fangirl. So I'm just gonna bring her on screen. Hi, Leslie.
Hi, Marina. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here.
Do you want to talk a little bit about yourself? I mean, everyone knows you. But...
No, I don't think a lot of our Brazilian counterparts know me. My name is Leslie Carhart. I'm otherwise known as Heads for Pancakes. I'm coming to you out of Chicago, Illinois. And I am a blue teamer. My specialty is digital forensics and incident response, specifically on industrial systems. So that's kind of what I do as my work life. And I don't know, what do I do other than that? I tweet a lot and I punch things. That's what I do.
And shoot guns, right?
Yeah.
The perfect woman exists.
You haven't seen me cook.
Oh, well, everyone, now we're going to move on to the presentation of our players tonight. So let's see who's going to play tonight's match, who got, who passed the qualifying rounds, and we're going to see going for our CTF tonight.
Yo, Pixel Kicker, thank you so much for subscribing at Tier 1. Appreciate you.
All right. Oh, it's the 26th edition. Okay, so I was wrong when I said 27. It's so much UHCs, y'all. I'm lost.
Off by one.
All right. Oh, man, come on. We already know we're going to have Salesian tonight. For those who are not watching us weekly, Salesian is a very strong player. He has won 4 times already. It's the only player who has won 4 times already. So it is like he is like a kid genius. He's like 17, right? I don't think he's even 18. And he's just a monster to see. I hope that we can, have actually a lot of hours of tonight's CTF, because Salesian is known for finishing everything real fast. He holds one of the records of having, completed the UHC round in like 40 minutes, I guess.
Yeah,
so,
in the finals, when there were like 5 flags, he was the first to finish at like an hour and a half. So really impressive. And I think he's only been hacking like 1.5 years, 2 years, something like that. So he's definitely got his foot on the accelerator and just learning at an incredible rate. Also want to say a shout out to MCO Mai joining us in the chat from the hotel Wi-Fi, which is not the most cooperative, but thanks so much for tuning in. We miss you and safe travels.
So, Salesian, if you're listening to us, please just at least an hour, so we can have a little bit of fun.
No. Go fast.
All right, let's see what else we have here. We have Gabriel Veronilo, another veteran here on UHC. We've seen Gabriel a few times already. I think he went a few rounds without playing, right? He went out of vacations and now he's back.
Yeah, there was a pause where Gabriel was not on, but glad to have them back for sure.
Nice to see you again. We also have Mateus, another veteran here on UHC. I don't believe neither Veronilo or Mateus have ever won a round, but they do have a lot of points on the scoreboard. So I think they're getting closer and closer as time goes by to actually win the UHC and get the cash prize home, because we do have a cash prize. We have a cash prize of 500 reais, which should be around $100, $100 roughly. And that's it. And if you play enough CTFs in the month, you have a nice money right there in your pocket coming from CTFs. We have Psycho. I do not remember Psycho, so I think it's a newcomer.
They are new. And they are our first non-Brazilian player. Psycho is joining us from the UK tonight.
Oh, that's super cool. Welcome, Psycho. I hope you go really good, and I hope you come back. I hope you have fun. So as you can see, we also have people from outside Brazil playing the CTF because the machines are being all developed in English now. So this should be fun.
Yeah, I saw Psycho in the prelims yesterday, excuse me. And Psycho, if I remember correctly, got the 4th flag. So they had access to get the 3rd flag, but they somehow missed the 3rd flag, if I'm remembering correctly. So anyways, excited to have Psycho on, and hopefully it doesn't get too late for them over in the UK.
This is so cool. All right, next is John the Ripper. What? I think he's also a newcomer.
Yeah, at least that handle, right, is possibly that they changed the handle. The staff is telling us it's my favorite player, John Rivers, actually.
So, all right, we have this Brazilian kid that plays, and his name is João Ribeiro. So João is a name that Entedi cannot say for the love of God. He cannot say João Ribeiro.
I can say it, I just can't say it correctly.
Yeah. So we translated the name of the kid to English. So, it wouldn't be extremely bad, keep repeating his name wrong. So we translated João to John and Ribeiro to Rivers, because Ribeiro from Portuguese is like by the river. So I guess he just incorporated the English to his nickname now, and is now John the Ripper. Thank you, João. You're making gringos happy out there.
And of course, John the Ripper being one of the 2 common password cracking utilities alongside Hashcat. So like the next iteration of John's name is hopefully going to be John the Rivers. That would be
I better see some password cracking happening in that instance at this point.
Yes. Yeah.
If I don't, I'm going to be really disappointed.
If there's not a flag where you got to crack like part of it, I'm going to be sad.
All right, we have B. B is another huge winner here from UHC, another past champion. I think B has won like 3 times already. So yet also another very strong competitor of tonight's match. I hope he gives Salesian a few nightmares, This should be fun to watch. Also another very bright kid, also very young, I think also 17 or something.
Yeah, and B and Salesian are usually neck and neck during the competition. They're both really good, really fast. They figure things out really quickly. They know how to distill down to I don't know. They've got instinct to figure out what the actual core issue is to get at. So I'm really excited to see both of them in the mix.
All right, we also have Wade, another veteran and another pastime champion. Wade also won 3 times, if I'm not mistaken, already. Having won the last 4 times?
I think so, because Wade won last week, and so I think Wade was at 3 victories
Ah.
going into last week, but then they pulled it out in that amazing buzzer beater last week with the Kubernetes exploitation.
Yeah, it was like 2 minutes to the end of the actual championship, right? It was like 3 hours in already, and we were almost ending it, and then he got it, and it was like so beautiful to see.
Yeah, really cool.
All right. We have El Freak as a newcomer. I have not seen this Nick before, so welcome El Freak to UHC.
I hope that they say they're the cat of 9X. It's the Phantom Freak.
We have Smoke Nerd, another veteran already. I've seen Smoke Nerd a few times.
Yeah, Smoke Nerd. I have lost count of how many times that they have joined us here on UHC. So
Welcome back.
It's great that we've got a mix of newcomers and returning folks.
And we have Castillo. Oh, yay! Castillo's back. Another veteran that has been a little bit away from UHC for a few rounds. And now we have Castillo back. So welcome back, Castillo. I hope you enjoyed tonight's match.
Yeah, Castillo was on last week, but I can't recall when they were on before that. I know they, in the past, but then, like you said, there was a break. So definitely glad to have them back now for a second week in a row, and I hope that they stay with us. Shout outs to Skim Milk, who subscribed to us on Prime as well. Thank you all you folks on Twitch for joining us and being part of this.
All right. And I think that's it. Yeah. That's it. That's our 10 players of tonight's match on UHC. Yay!
Awesome.
I think we already started, right? If I'm not mistaken.
I think it might be a couple more minutes until we start. But what we can do is explain about how the players are set up. So we'll see here in a moment that what we've got is a Discord server, and the players are each in their own kind of isolation booth on the Discord server. So we'll be able to see their screens, but the players can't see each other's screens. And so I think we also have a bot that will do betting. So you can bet on which player you think might win with your Twitch points up until, I think, maybe an hour and a half or 2 hours into the event.
Yes, the betting system is already on. You're going to be able to see whichever room the players are. And you're going to be able to bet by typing exclamation point points or exclamation point bets to check how many points you have, and then to make your bet. And you can bet on the player's Discord room number, which we're going to see in just a few seconds. So whichever player you want to bet, you just have to write their Discord room number. We're going to have the bets up till, I think, 2 hours from now, if I'm not mistaken. But the last hour, the betting goes down, and therefore you cannot bet anymore. And whoever wins can make you a lot of Twitch points. So yeah, you're betting the Twitch points that you're gonna win by, chatting here with us. Also in our store, you can bet your Twitch points. You can buy stuff from our store with Twitch points, which are, you can bring the scoreboard down while the players are at it. So you can fiddle with the CTF strategy, and you can either help players or make their life a little bit more miserable by bringing the scoreboard down or buying screen time from one of the players that you would like more. You can find all of that on the Twitch store here in our channel. So you can also donate. You can tip us to give us questions to reply to you. You can subscribe. You can do a lot of stuff to be part of UHC in a more active way.
Yeah, these are fairly new features. When UHC initially started, I think we just had the bot that would just tell you what the Discord link was, and it would yell at you if you typed in caps, and that was pretty much it.
It is a rude bot. All right, y'all. The staff has already given me the thumbs up. So let's move ourselves to Discord. Again, this is a private Discord. You cannot access this Discord that we're going to show. You can only go for our public Discord, but this Discord specifically is just for our access, is just for narrators access. And UHC is already on, y'all. We're seeing Salesian screens. So remember when I told you about the betting system? So take your notes, people. So in room number 1, we have Salesian. In room number 2, we have Gabriel Vernilo. In room number 3, we have Mateus Pimentel. 4, we have Psycho. 5, we have John the Ripper, John Rivers, or João Ribeiro, as you prefer. 6, we have B. 7, we have Wade. 8, we have El Freak. 9, we have Smoke Nerd. And 10, we have Castillo. And these are our rooms for betting. I think the staff is gonna, give us the Discord rooms later if you didn't catch it. But just so you know, you can already bet, and we're on.
Awesome. So yeah, if we max that screen, it looks like there's some packet capture on the screen. Leslie, do you see anything jumping out at you initially?
Yes, so I'm a fan of this. I was just holding my tongue here while we were conversing about other things. I'm really a big fan of using Wireshark as part of pen testing as well as blue teaming. I know a lot of pen testers and red teamers kind of poo-poo Wireshark because they want to jump right into exploitation and enumeration and things like that. But man, it's just such a universal tool for seeing what's going on in the environment. And I've seen him trying to decode some traffic, trying to see what encoding some things that are illegible are in, and just get an idea of what's out there. And I think that's a great tactic.
Yeah, +1 on that. I always like to, if I can sniff the traffic when I'm in an environment, if I've got time to kind of sit back. It's a great way to kind of get an idea of the surroundings, right? So when you land on some segment of the network, you have no idea what else is in that segment of the network and what other machines are talking to it, or how things are communicating. And so just actively, I guess I should say passively, sitting back and listening with a traffic sniffer like TCP dump or Wireshark can be so valuable. And so in this case, I'm curious as to whether maybe the first flag on the scoreboard, if it just came with this PCAP, and then the players need to discern what, like where to go and figure out based on what's in the PCAP. Oh yeah, it looks like briefly there was
doing some sniffing there.
Jesus Christ. I just had the scoreboard link here on the chat, and I try to access the scoreboard. It is already down.
Nice.
Y'all are very fast. People are already putting the scoreboard down.
Well, we do have an inject kind of, whenever somebody does get a flag, there's this thing that pops up and it says first blood, and it just cuts off whatever's going on. But what I'm curious is, we've never had the scoreboard go offline this early, or be hidden this early. So I wonder if somebody gets first blood while the scoreboard is hidden, will it actually alert us that first blood happened? Or could it be first blood, and then there'll be 8
It
players
will not
on the
tell
board.
us. We will not know.
Nice. There are going to be 8 first bloods. Sorry, go ahead, Leslie.
No, so let's talk about some things that you'd want to be looking for right away when you're using Wireshark to figure out what's an environment. So first of all, connections. You have your wrap-ups and statistics. What connections are established? What ports are in use? What devices and net ranges are in the environment? That's all really useful stuff. Then you can start filtering down by protocol, which is what's happening here. He's starting to go down to Kerberos. And so he's started with this funnel and gone down. And it's the same tactic that you use in threat hunting when you're doing analysis of network raw packet captures. Start from the top, see what's in use in the environment, then start filtering down by interesting protocols.
Yeah, excellent call out. And I saw, like you mentioned, the Kerberos stuff, and then it looks like now Salesian is checking out some SMB traffic. Mm-hmm. Looks like it's SMB v2 is what Wireshark is seeing. So to me, this says there's some windows in the environment. What do you?
Certainly.
Okay.
Yeah, there's windows going on. It's unfortunately not just the easy win of SMB1 yet, but we've got some SMB to play with, so that'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah, nice. And we see SMB client being installed here and then loaded up. So it looks like Salesian is going to look for some shares potentially, maybe a null session. Oh yeah, here we go. All right, so it looks like you can do a null session.
Which isn't too surprising in any large Windows environment, but let's see what he gets.
Yeah. and I didn't see any shares come back from that.
Yeah.
Leslie, one question for you about SMB stuff, because I'm not especially familiar with Windows. I know that with SMB client, you can do a -N for I think for null, but you can also do a -U with like an empty string after it.
Yeah.
Are those two different, or are they the same thing?
I think the connection is done a little bit differently between those two flags.
Got it. Okay. I feel like in the past playing like Hack the Box, for example, I've had some boxes where SMB client -N will return results to me. And then in other boxes, it will not return results. But if I do -U and an empty string, it does show me one or more shares. And so I never really dug into it too much, but I just don't work with Windows that often. I did see Selesian pull down WinDAP search, which is another tool that I've used for enumerating Active Directory environments.
So he's gonna go after Windows now and just see what's out there.
Apparently, the scoreboard is back, but we still have no first blood.
Nice. All right. Oh yeah, and so there in the where Selesian has highlighted on Wireshark, it looks like there is a scripts share. And so that's cool, right? Like Selesian ran SMB client, which is an active tool. It's creating a connection, but it didn't seem to return any share results. But here in the PCAP, you do see there's an IPC $ share. I don't know if you just say IPC. There's sysvol. There's netlogon, I think. So I don't know if that was included in the PCAP initially, or if that's something that Selesian picked up while sniffing.
Yes, so I'd like to call attention to the fact that Psych is also on the same track now. Psych has launched up Wireshark, is trying to decode some traffic that looks interesting. I can't see, I didn't catch exactly which packet he clicked on before he opened up the expansion window, but he's trying to do the same set of decoding to figure out what's going on in this capture.
Ah, excellent. Yeah, and I saw them note down an IP address, .14.7. Maybe that's their... So all of the players are in a VPN right now, so it's quite possible that that's just the attack host that the IP address that Psycho has. As you...
All right, so they're in SMB traffic too, yeah.
Nice. All right, yeah, and then you can see the UTF encode. I think it's like UTF-16. Anyway, Unicode for the host name. So definitely doing some enumeration out of the PCAP, which is really cool. I don't think I've seen any UHC episodes that have a PCAP in them yet. So this is uncharted territory for us. Let's see, we're moving along. I always liked CTF challenges where there is a PCAP, because it's not something that I get to dive into very often. So getting to be like a network detective and dig through as to like what happened in this set of connections or series of packets is always really fascinating to me.
So you bring me on my show, and here I am like kind of bashing CTFs, but I'm not. I think they're a wonderful educational tool. But when you see real adversaries out there, this is the kind of stuff that they're doing. They're not necessarily launching enumeration tools right away. They're not doing mass scans right away. They're capturing. They're trying to be quiet. Move laterally, silently, and live off the land. So capturing packets is a great tactic for them, and evaluating what's going on in the network. So this is some real red team stuff here.
Awesome. And completely agree. When I get on a system, I generally go for read primitives, things that won't actively make noise or cause a write or something like that. So, can I look at like the ARP tables? Can I look at netstat? Can I look through config files on the system to see what processes that are, running might connect out somewhere or might have credentials stored something. And those are all, read operations as opposed to, like you said, running a scan or doing something mutable.
Now, something that I haven't seen either of them do yet, and I think Elfreak is now in Wireshark as well, is do those wrap-ups of the summary protocols to see if there's SMB1 in use.
Oh, nice.
Just because it's such a juicy target, I'd love to see one of them take a look at that.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So we're jumping down.
SMB2 is going to be a little harder to poke at, but
is SMV1? Could you get like hashes from Responder with that, but not from SMBv2?
It's just a lot more exploitable in general. SMB1 is incredibly vulnerable and exploitable at this point. So from both a stealing credentials perspective and an exploitation perspective in terms of connecting to hosts. So It's a juicy target if it's there. I haven't seen any of them just like sort the protocols to see if there's SMB1 in use, but I think they're kind of following the trail of breadcrumbs here into those SMB2 connections.
Excellent. Yeah, when I think of SMB or like Samba, on the Windows side, I initially think of like Eternal Blue, right? So I'm like, oh, there's some like 445 is going to be open that I could like fire off an Eternal Blue exploit at it or something potentially. But it is kind of a robust protocol, and there's files being transferred across and credentials sometimes. So there's definitely stuff to glean out of all of these SMB2 packets I'm expecting. All right.
And something I'll warn people about is they're learning to take apart SMB, especially packet captures of SMB. Is a lot of the protocol dissectors that are out there. Things like Bro don't necessarily pull out all of the fields that are of interest, like versioning information. So there's a lot of stuff in SMB packets, and don't expect that the native dissectors and everything is going to pull out every interesting piece of information. So.
Oh wow, really good to know. And so, what are the consequences of that usually? Do you see something where just important data doesn't get presented at all?
Yeah, I mean, SMB is a beast. SMB is a hard set of protocols to understand, and so you really need to know what you're missing.
Yeah,
and if you don't realize that you're missing fields like things related to the versioning, that you're not going to look for those vulnerabilities and those ways to exploit a network.
Yeah, and I don't know, have you seen good resources for learning the SMB protocol suites? Like, is it just spending a bunch of time digging through stuff?
The Russinovich books.
Oh, right.
And I mean, there's a lot of good blue team talks on the topic. I don't know about, again, I'm coming from a different world, so I don't know how many good SMB exploitation talks there are out there.
Yeah, I know the Metasploit project spent considerable resources around building out SMB tooling. I remember Egypt working on that, and I think WView as well, spending some good amount of time. Another friend from that kind of like origin path, HD Moore. HD's got his own product called Rumble now, which is like a network discovery tool, but HD has spent a lot of time dissecting SMB and having like really good result representation inside of Rumble.
So it looks like Celestion is going to try to start stealing some hashes.
Nice.
There's a lot of scrolling going on. There's a lot of scrolling going on right now, but that appears to be where his mind is going right now.
Oh yeah. I just saw, if we jump over to Celesian, I just saw Kerberoot up on the scene, or up on the screen. And getting the user SPN is always good if you can do it.
He was looking at the hashes, the hashes flag for it. So I think he's going to try it.
Nice. Yeah, Impacket's got a lot of nice tools for Windows Active Directory environments, and Kerberoot really good for user enumeration. Do you see like I don't know, what's like a good effective way that's kind of not as loud inside of an Active Directory environment for user enumeration? Kerberoot is the one that I know, but do you know things that aren't that are more noisy?
Are we talking what like state style adversaries are doing, or what malware is doing, or what red teamers are doing? Because those are sometimes different things. I mean, Kerberoot is great, but I mean, real adversaries are going to take some social engineering tactics first. A lot of times, again, to just try to evade detection completely. Try to steal passwords first.
Yeah, that's a great point. I know, Marina that's more like her universe. She's definitely more well-versed with the social engineering than me, but in my, times as doing red team stuff, we definitely spent considerable effort at phishing people and trying to work our way in through the actual employees and the staff that would have access to the objectives that we wanted to get at.
Stealing passwords, going after weak passwords, things like that. All those things. But and then we see all this Cobalt Strike abuse and everything now, which is it's just Cobalt Strike. It turtles all the way down now in malware and in more sophisticated adversary attacks, because it just kind of works, unfortunately. But there's a lot of that going on too.
Yeah, I've kind of just from the outskirts seen, people talk about how Cobalt Strike is so pervasive among actual threat actors now, not just red teamers and pen
all
testers.
over the place. Yeah, and it's a wonderful tool. And Raphael Mudge is an incredible person and has done amazing things for the community. Just amazing. But yeah, there's a whole bunch of Cobalt Strike abuse out there right now. And of course, it has native functions to do things like, steal passwords, steal hashes off systems that it's running on.
I remember one of the things that I did years ago when Metasploit had the functionality that you could like bind a payload into like a benign binary, right? Like you could bind like your own payload to like notepad.exe or whatever, was that I would go like tamper the bytes in the binding stuff. So antivirus and like endpoint detection that would flag on particular bytes would no longer flag on it, but my payload would still fire. Do you see people or like our threat actors making modifications to like the Cobalt Strike beacon so that they still work,
absolutely. Constantly. Okay. Oh.
All right.
So I saw him taking a look at Network Miner, which would be an interesting tactic for this.
Oh yeah! Wow, Network Miner is one I haven't used for a long time, but that was
that's an interesting thought. It doesn't. I don't know if he's going to go there, but that would be an interesting tactic.
Yeah, Network Miner was in my malware analysis toolkit back in that life when I would reverse engineer stuff.
Well, he's got some packets here, so.
Yeah, awesome. I'm curious what Wade is up to. Wade was our winner last week, and Wade kind of has this like I don't know, this approach of like being quiet and nobody notices him, and then all of a sudden he's like racing to the top. So I always like try to remember to keep an eye on Wade and see what's going on there. And another interesting call out that I tend to make is that Wade is one of the few players that uses Windows as the base operating platform.
I saw that. He didn't have to install any of the Linux functionality for SMB. He's just like, does it open? I mean, and that's not a bad tactic, like it's not bad.
Yeah, I
use the tool that's right for the job.
Yep, for sure. And what you're comfortable with, right? Like you can do pretty much anything in any platform. So whatever you know best, whatever you feel works best, go for it. Yeah, Wade looking for UHC.
And
also,
sometimes that functionality is going to work a little bit more better natively when you're starting to poke around with things like SMB or RDP.
Definitely, since those protocols were like built in, they're a huge part of the Windows ecosystem.
Now, if you're actually attacking somebody, the problem is, and if you're attacking them with your native host machine, you're going to kind of give yourself away. You can probably obfuscate yourself a little better using Linux, but this is an exercise, and you'd have to consider that if you were an actual adversary in the environment. You're going to RDP directly to something. No, you're not going to do that. You're going to proxy that out a little bit, but.
But yeah, also an excellent call, right? Thinking about what it looks like in real life versus what it looks like in the setting of a CTF. And so, yeah, here in the CTF, like not as important, but
you don't have a year. You don't have a year like the adversaries do, who are breaking into a lot of companies. So
yep,
different timescales. You got to go for it.
Yes.
so I like that he's just trying stuff now in RDP. What can I connect to?
Yeah. And also HXD, one of my favorite hex editors as well, using that. Amazing.
That's cool. I think that's really neat.
Excellent. Curious what else. Elfreak was new. I kind of want to go check them out.
All right, so you dumped some hashes, yeah? All right, cool.
Sorry, did you say Wade dumped some hashes?
Yes.
Oh, well, let's go. Let's stay on Wade then, actually. I
Pretty
totally
sure
missed that.
I saw some hashes there. Let's take a look.
Yeah, looking up John for how to crack. So that seems like a good indicator.
Promising, yeah.
And I think John, for the most part, if you, they're right up at the top.
Yep. It was flying by. Yep, there we go.
All right.
So the Windows bet is paying off for him there.
Yeah. And, I think John, usually it can figure out the format based on whatever's in the file that you're telling it to crack. But, okay. Yeah, let's see if this is the right file. Okay, there it is. Yep. Cool. All right, get it. And I'm always so impressed because all of these players, I guess with the exception now of Psycho, they're all native Brazilian Portuguese speakers. So they're looking up.
Imagine if all of your documentation for all your tools was in Portuguese.
Yeah.
Yeah. We certainly are privileged to have a lot of hacking tools in our native language. So that's awesome. Good for them.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's always incredible watching them learn stuff in a second language on the fly,
Phenomenal.
on screen, broadcast to the entire internet.
Absolutely phenomenal.
Looks like this is maybe one of the issues where running in Windows is not necessarily helpful, and it looks like having some trouble running the John executable.
Yeah, in an ideal world, you have a VM running Linux on your Windows machine, so you can just pop over to those tools. You run like SafeKit or something, but or just Kali, in a VM. But I don't know if they have that capacity to have like something like VMware inside of these environments. So, gotta rely on one operating system or the other. So he's going to win out in those native Windows tools that are obviously an important part of the CTF today, but. He's going to get slowed down by some of the native Linux tools that don't function quite as well on Windows.
Yeah. Hopefully, Windows subsystem for Linux can come through, or maybe spin up a VM, as you mentioned, or maybe
They should be running better at this point, but yeah. Oh, I think Elf Freak stopped his stream.
Oh, okay. I do see now on Wade's screen that John is running okay. It's just that I think the file that's being specified is not the right path to the hashes text file. So once he gets that sorted, Wade should be off to the races and cracking those hashes.
About the player that's gone offline here, Elfreak on room 8. The players have to be streaming their screens all the time. They have a 2 to 5 minute tolerance if they have any internet connection issues or any VPN problems or any technical problems. So Elfreak still has a few minutes to come back in.
And I see Smoke is now in Wireshark 2 looking for some of the same things that we've seen some of the other players take a look at in Wireshark, just a little bit behind them time-wise.
Nice. I'm just catching up on the chat here, and yeah, they're in the Twitch chat. They're talking about how Cobalt Strike is kind of everywhere now. So just echoing your point as you brought up before, Leslie. All right.
Danilo NC tipped us and said he's here by accident. Twitch suggested the event, and he's very happy to see Marina hosting the event. Okay, so I guess you already knew me and got here by accident. Well, welcome and thank you for the tip, Danilo. Hope you enjoy the CTF.
Castillo is on Linux questions. That's always a dangerous place to end up. So hopefully he finds the answers he's looking for. Unable to connect to SMB. I think it's a SMB question. So hopefully he found the answer he was looking for on Linux questions, because that site can be kind of a beast quagmire.
I haven't been on that site for ages, but it was so helpful when I started doing Linux stuff.
Yeah, it's awesome. If you can find the thing you're looking for, there's a lot of gold in there,
But now I'm having these like flashbacks of finding threads where somebody would ask about the exact same problem that I had.
There's no answers.
Yeah, either no answers, or they would respond later and be like, "Oh, I figured it out," and then that would be it.
Yeah, never do that, guys. Ooh. Yeah, so it looks like Castillo is at about the same point as Smoke is right now. So
nice.
We're seeing a couple people a little bit more ahead, like Celestian and Psych, Wade.
I see here in the chat there is a question, can we access the CTF after the competition? We do not make the CTF available, but a lot of the machines are already available on uhclabs.com. I don't know if the UHC Labs is all in English by now. I don't think so. But you can also watch the past editions on YouTube if you want to rewatch any of the past CTFs. This one will also be available on YouTube after we finish.
If we jump over to B just cracked a hash.
Awesome.
Where's
So
B?
now
Oh my God,
B is in number 6, and B is loading up an RDP client. So there's Hashcat 2, or Hashcat. Hashcat is on like version 6. I don't know why I said Hashcat 2. Anyways, so B was able to crack that hash, and now it looks like B is trying to connect via RDP. And this is in a Kali VM, Ramina remote desktop. I am not familiar with that particular client, but it looks nice.
There's a million of them. It does look nice.
I think from Linux, I've just always done R desktop, and I think on Mac OS I use Cord, if I remember right. I don't RDP very often.
We'll see how it works out.
Yeah.
Oh,
Nope. All right. So maybe.
See, I'd be captured my own packet there to see what happened, but I think.
Yeah, good point. Ooh, okay.
Oh.
Now just going straight to Evil WinRM looking for a shell.
All right.
Okay, yeah. And so at the very beginning of that long string that was up just briefly, we were able to see that intern is the first string there. So that's the user account that B is targeting, and it has B has a password for. So Leslie, double check me here, but if the if the intern account is in the remote management users group, then if that password is accurate, B should be able to authenticate for a shell with Evil WinRM. Is that right?
If there isn't a firewall setting or something preventing it, or a number of other things, hypothetically.
Right, yeah. Good point. Yes. Yeah. Is WinRM, you need the service exposed, which is somewhere in the 5,000s range, if I remember right, like 5800s or something. Again, I don't do much Windows stuff. And for our viewers, none of us know what the challenges are beforehand. So we are just calling it out as we go along, as we see it. I see also in one of these tabs here, B has WinDApp search as well. And I've definitely used WinDApp search for AD enumeration. There's like I think there's a Python version, but now there's a Go implementation as well. So I think I've been using the Go version.
I like the password. It's a very strong password on that intern account.
Yes.
I am very impressed that we still don't have First Blood at this point. We're almost 10 minutes away from mid-game. And we're almost finishing our first hour of the night. Usually, we already have 2 or 3 players on the First Blood. So I guess the flags are difficult tonight.
Yes, so it's all this SMB and Windows-based stuff, and like all but one of them are in Linux, and they seem a little bit more comfortable with Linux tooling. So it's going to be interesting to see how this goes. I'm back over taking a look at Celestion right now, and Celestion is back in Wireshark again, taking a look at some of those SMB connections again. So.
Yeah, and Leslie, you nailed it. Most of the actually, I think this is the first UHC that I've been on where they've got a Windows environment. I think it's always been, Linux, cloud, and container environments.
Yeah, and it's not SMB1, so they're not getting that gimme of having super vulnerable SMB. So they're really going to have to think through some of this.
Yeah. Let's see. I see. I'm watching B currently, and B is working on getting Impacket set up. Although B is in Kali, and I thought that the default Kali, like the main set of packages, did come with an Impacket. It's just under like some weird directory, like user shared doc Python 3 example Impacket examples or something like that. But then it is actually like configured and ready to go. You don't have to necessarily fight with all of the Python package dependencies.
So Elfreak is going down a different avenue now and it looks like some DNS enumeration.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I guess
So we've launched out of SMB land here. I don't know if Freak decided it was a dead end for now or wanted to know a little bit more about the environment, but they're taking a peek at some DNS enumeration options.
Nice. And we definitely do see players pursue different paths. They don't know what the challenges and the solutions are either. And sometimes some of the strategies are really fascinating. Like some players, they just go for root straight away. And then once they get that vantage point of root, then they work backwards looking for the flags, which totally makes sense to me. It's just kind of like, I don't know, it's more aggressive than I would go for in a 3-hour time frame.
Yeah, tonight's match, as we can see in some of the players, whenever they go to the score platform, they can only see the next flag if they have the flag before that one. So tonight's match, they cannot go straight up for root. They have to go first the easy one, and then the medium one, and then the last one.
Let's see. So B has definitely got Impact It Up. They were trying PS Exec. It didn't pan out, which I wouldn't expect on an initial set of creds in a CTF. But
worth a try. It only takes a second.
Yeah.
I think El Freak just dropped. I was watching him, and then he was gone.
Yeah,
he's been, I think, having some connection issues.
Yeah.
It is monsoon season in Brazil, so
yes, it is.
Let's see.
Okay, so there's a list of shares there on that computer, that 4.1 that B's looking at right now. So now we have a little bit more idea of what's available there, and it's just kind of the default stuff.
Yeah, but one thing I haven't seen is nobody has gone after looking at contents inside of these shares.
That's true. That's true. I agree.
Oh, there's a shell. All right, so B got a shell. Awesome. All right.
I think that's the first shell we've seen.
Yeah. And that's awesome. So I think what B was missing before was maybe they were, copy.
Is it working though? Because they're not getting results back from dir.
Maybe just the directory is empty. They are definitely on that remote system.
In documents, maybe. Documents could be empty.
Yeah. I guess I'm not familiar with like the current Windows file systems. It's not like My Documents anymore, right? It's just
all right. Let's see if okay. So here's some stuff in it's real default.
Okay.
Feedback, that's normal. We're gonna have to.
Maybe there's like
nothing in documents. Try another user. Your princess is in another castle.
Yes, or check the permissions. Check the permissions on the documents directory. Maybe just can't read from it.
It's their user directory, so the counts user directory. I doubt it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, so at least now,
I do it. Just do a recursive dir and dump everything. Don't go to every directory.
Yeah.
Just look at all of them. There.
Here it comes. Yeah.
Just so y'all know, as we are watching, since we don't know how to solve the flags, we can say whatever, even if there's hints in what we're saying, and that's part of the strategy. The players are going through the CTF. They are doing like high pressure work because of the short amount of time they have. They can either listen to both of the streams, the Portuguese one and the English one. And there's also y'all from the chat, filling with the scoreboard and buying players' time. So it's a lot of things happening at the same time. So if they are able to listen and pay attention, they might have a hint here and there in the streams, but it's all part of the mind games.
And in the chat, Leslie Pixel Kicker giving you a +1 there, saying dir/s.
I wasn't going to give the flag there, but
I think I just saw the privileges get listed out of the group memberships.
Yeah.
So yeah, not a whole lot there on the privilege side.
It's kind of default-ish, kind of generic.
So I would be at this point, I would be looking around the system more to see, what files can I find.
Or maybe specific file types of interest,
Now, Nice reminder here for the people in the chat. This is a private Discord for tonight's match, so only us have access to that one Discord. But you can be part of UHC community Discord where the qualifying rounds for tonight's match happen. So you can't be on this one specifically, but you can't be on our Discord and still be able to play the CTF.
In a CTF setting like this, usually once I have a shell in Windows, I'm trying to get like WinPs up on the box and like maybe NC64, so I can get, you know, what's Evil WinRM. That's a better shell than what I would want with NC64 usually. But at least, you know, if I can get WinPs on the box, then I can start looking for Privest to maybe get access to different accounts and you know, maybe get some flags. I'm surprised that we haven't had a flag yet. Usually you have one or two flags before you get a shell.
So we see some of that same share enumeration going on in Elfreak's session right now.
Nice.
Elfreak is back up and trying to do that same set of SMB mapping.
Dope.
But I think that B's still pretty far ahead on that.
Yeah. I would like to stay on B's screen for now, unless anybody else has a shell. Because if someone else has a shell, I'd like to see how they're.
I haven't seen it yet. Yeah.
Let's see. I'm just going to keep checking the other players here as B keeps pushing on there.
All right, I'm gonna go explore, and I'm gonna stay on B.
We're still seeing some struggling with those SMB2 packets in Wireshark from a lot of the really, really great players. So this is a really, really challenging addition to the CTF.
Yeah, I think the players are definitely in some domains outside of their comfort zone in this particular episode.
Yeah.
Let's see. B is grabbing RipGrep.
I think I do that too at this point. Yeah.
Yeah. And you know, I think I'd seen Silver, but I hadn't Silver Search, but I hadn't seen RipGrep prior to being on UHC. And now RipGrep is like one of my favorites for searching across file systems.
I think that's a very good tactic because it's just unclear what you want in that system. You know, if you're actually an adversary and you have some objective in mind, then you're kind of, you kind of know what you want to do. In a CTF, you're not sure where you need to go, and sometimes you need that extra little hint to figure out what's next. It's not like I have an objective to bring down this server or steal this file from this box, or steal a bunch of credentials from the domain controller. It's like, well, I got to find a flag. So I think that's a good tactic.
Definitely. Yeah. Making noise here, no penalty, right?
No totally penalty. Just go for it. Try to figure out where it is if you lose the narrative.
Yep. Speed is the name of the game for sure. And here we see B trying to transfer RipGrep onto the system using certutil, but then not being able to write the file, it looks like. So maybe they need to go to a different directory to try to write this file to disk. And I'm not sure, maybe B doesn't know, but Evil WinRM actually has built-in upload and download commands that you can transfer files just in the shell inside of Evil WinRM. And so, but bashupload.com I did not know about, so that's cool. Good to know.
I like that.
Just like learning new tricks every single week. It's amazing. And yes, I'm gonna mispronounce the name, but Zetar or Exitar, there's a prelim every Saturday. If you join the Hacking Esports Discord server, they'll have the details there for you to join in. And then what you're watching right now, this competition right here, Sunday night, these are the top 10 finalists from the prelims yesterday and Saturday's competition. Now we got it. Okay, so here comes WinPs.
Okay, all right.
I was like, this is literally my first stop usually is like, I've got a shell, WinPs, go.
See if you can do it. I don't think anybody's checked the version of this Windows box.
Yeah, I haven't seen system info or sysinfo.
Oh yeah, that's one of the first things I checked to see if some of that stuff was going to work.
Yeah, good point, right?
See if it's 10 or 7 or XP, like that's going to make a big difference on my choices of privilege escalation.
Absolutely, and also 32-bit or 64-bit.
Yep. I don't think I've seen anybody, maybe correct me if I'm wrong, guys. I don't think I've seen anybody who's connected to one of these boxes check what OS they're talking to.
I haven't seen it yet, but I did just see in the file system listing there was a program files x86. So to me, that indicates it's 64-bit box, and that the regular program files directory is for
64-bit. It could be a lot of operating systems. You could probably tell that from the packet captures too.
Oh yeah,
it's probably in some of these share connections. There's probably an OS announced, at least server/client OS. That's going to be in your SMB too.
Oh yeah, good point. I did not know that. I love this. I learned so much in UHC. It's great. Thank you for teaching us, Leslie.
I'm glad I can talk about something. I was like, I'm not a pen tester. I don't know what I'm going to talk to these guys about, but.
And yeah, Skim Milk calling out AMZ or AMSI. I don't know how you pronounce it, but I've seen folks use AMZ or AMSI in Windows environments as well. And yeah, so the next thing I would be thinking about if I were in B's situation is where can I write a file to disk, right? Like currently I've only seen the public directory be tried. Usually my go-tos are like Windows temp. There's like the directory under System32, this like drivers spool color or something like that. I have to look through my notes, but yeah, there's a couple different places where I usually try to drop things. Program data, C program data. I think like local and app data, I think subdirectories. You might be able to, I usually find luck writing into.
Now, why are they going after, they had a bunch of account credentials. I guess intern had the weak password?
Intern had the weak password, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And yeah, I think it was Wade that had all of the hashes separated out. So maybe B just grabbed that one hash, cracked that, and then moved into intern and hasn't gone back to cracking those other hashes.
To see if he could grab some of the other ones.
Yeah. And I'm not sure if you know IPSEC, but IPSEC always has the thing about saying like always have some kind of like.
So Wade has a password cracked now and is trying to do an LDAP domain dump.
Oh, nice.
Not quite successfully yet, but that's an interesting tactic.
Nice. All right. Yeah, we could definitely jump down to Wade if you want. If it looks like Wade's getting close to something.
Wade is trying to do some interesting domain enumeration with that password for intern.
Oh, nice. Okay. It looks like running into...
Just having a little trouble with Python.
Yeah.
As one does.
As one does. Yeah. I was talking...
Password.
I was talking with MCOMI about Python 2 and Python 3 stuff on Twitter. And someone was like, just use PyEnv. And I was like, wanted to be like, it's not a magic bullet. It doesn't solve all of your problems. But I refrained. I stayed on topic. Here we go. All right. Now we got a successful run.
Yep. You got there. I think.
Yeah, it looks like it's running. Oh, I guess it
should work.
It did run the same, previously. So we'll see what we get.
Yeah.
But also this particular error that's coming back, it looks like it's an exception that's being raised by, I saw the word bind, which to me says like it's, trying to bind to a port. And so I wonder if that's either that the remote port is, not open, not listening, or maybe the privileges aren't there to bind to a local port.
It's entirely possible. Yeah. It's a good tactic.
Yeah. I am not familiar with this particular tool at all. Do you know, what do you get from running an LDAP domain dump?
Presumably enumeration of what's going on in LDAP.
Nice. Let's see.
I have to look at the script. I'm trying to pull up the script while we're...
Nice. We're all learning on the fly here.
Yeah. LDAP domain dump. Assuming it's an LDAP environment, let's see. Okay.
Just a reminder,
this
everyone.
Is kind of obscure.
Stay with us to the end, and whenever we're finished here in the championship, whatever happens first, either we reach 3 hours of the CTF going, or someone gets root. Just after we finish, we're gonna raid to the Brazilian channel, and we're gonna have a bilingual live stream interviewing the winner and also talking about the challenges tonight. And at the end, we're gonna have offensive security giveaways. exclusive offensive security giveaways. The PWK course for the OSCP certification, 30-day access labs plus the exam fee. So it's $1,000 giveaway from offensive security. And also another giveaway of 1 month access voucher to Proving Grounds from offensive security. All you have to do is stay with us.
Easy peasy.
Okay, so the script LDAP domain dump it enumerates all kinds of stuff. So it looks like it has a capability to enumerate accounts, policies. This is kind of neat. Groups. Yeah, user accounts. At least that's what it's attempting to do. Yeah.
Nice. I was looking at B's screen, and they were using the upload functionality to transfer SharpHound onto the box. But then they wrote in Notepad, no bañero, which is like in the bathroom. And I don't know if they're playing in the bathroom or if they're stepping away to go to the bathroom. Hopefully it's the
Probably
latter.
stepping away to use the washroom.
So yeah, we can bounce to somebody else.
Wade is kind of in an interesting situation right now.
Oh, nice. Okay.
He's just still fighting with that tool, that Python tool to enumerate LDAP.
Nice.
I don't know, you're more experienced in CTFs than I am, just running them and participating in them, mentoring people on them. When is the point? When do you give up on a tool that just isn't working?
I give up pretty quickly. Usually there are a number of tools, and especially if I'm in unfamiliar waters, I'll give it a couple tries. If I follow the README and I do everything that the README says, and there's like an example, and that doesn't pan out, and there isn't like an obvious this is what I should be doing, or I can't find like a quick write-up result. After I don't know, like a few minutes, I usually move on to something else. And in this particular case, we mentioned there's WinDAP search. There's Kerbroot for enumerating users through Kerberos. So there's definitely some other alternatives there. And I think in this case, it's just that most of the players just don't have much Windows experience.
Sure. And I'm wondering, Wade kind of has an advantage on, because there's only a few people right now who have that cracked credential, more as time goes on, but kind of has a time advantage. And it's kind of, at this point, I wonder if it's time to not lose it and move to a different tool.
Yeah, good point. You get that leg up in cracking that credential, that password, but eventually everybody else is going to get there too. So you kind of got to take advantage while you can, for sure.
Okay, so Celestian's trying some other credentials. Nice. I believe some other accounts. It looked like I didn't have time to see. Yeah,
and Celestian is one of the few players that they have set up their own VPS out on the internet.
Okay.
So we've seen players in the past, they'll run into challenges catching a shell over the network. And initially people were using ngrok, and then they were using, there's like a reverse shell website that'll help with that. And a few of the players now have gone to just setting up a VPS on the internet. You just get a direct connection, easy peasy.
Okay, so it looks like Celestian is attempting to access JSmith and AP admin. JSmith also has a weak credential. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Nice. I just saw that up at the top. Right.
It's flying. It's flying.
Yeah. Right as it scrolled off. Thank you for calling that out.
Yeah. So I think Celestian might have a couple other credentials, or at least a hash they're trying to pass, as well as one other set of credentials.
Nice. And, I want to circle back to the question that you brought up is of when do you decide to move on to a different tool? One place where I struggle is when do I decide to move on to a different credential, right? Like I will pull a thread for one credential that I have cracked, even though I might have 5 other ones dumped. And I'll realize you know what, I should check out one of these other credentials now, way after too much time that I've spent on the one not getting far enough. And that was a question that kind of came up, I want to say last week or the week before, of how do you kind of figure out your mental time boxing of I'm spending too long on this thing. And I didn't have a particularly good answer for it, because my answer was that like you just once you've done things long enough, you have some anticipation of how long a task should take. But for folks that are just getting started, that's not a particularly valuable answer. Leslie, what insights do you have in that regard?
I mean, again, I don't play a ton of different CTFs, so I don't manage my time that way. A forensic investigation usually has a longer time scale than a CTF that's 3 hours long, or a red team exercise that's a week long. Again, you're dealing with a different time frame. So yeah, so in any work, though, you have to be able to balance your objective and the time you've got versus is the tool I'm using working. That's a universal skill for cybersecurity. Like whether you're blue team, red team, purple team, whatever, you've got to use the right tool for the job. So, I mean, that's another reason I was pleased to see somebody in the CTF using Windows, because it ended up being kind of a good choice in this particular CTF. So use the right tool for the job. And then also, if the tool isn't working, consider other tools. That's kind of just a universal rule for doing security stuff, probably tech stuff in general. You can't be too tied up in a distro or in an operating system or in a tool.
Yeah, excellent advice. And that's one part of CTFs that I like, one attribute, is that it gives me an opportunity to freely try multiple tools, right? So if I play a box on Hack the Box and I accomplish what I want with like Kerberoot as an example, I'll be like, great, okay, Kerberoot got me the usernames that I was looking for. Awesome. Can I get those usernames a different way? And so to me, that's like additional, tools that I have now, that I've extra tricks in my hat that I can pull out. So if something's not working or I'm like constrained by the environment somehow, if I know 3 different ways to solve one problem, and one of them is blocked by the environment restrictions that I'm in, I can now say like, well, I've got these other 2 ways to solve the problem at least. And the beauty of CTF is like, it's not my machine. if I break a system on Hack the Box, I just revert it, no problem. All right, so Legion is just doing some confirmation bias checking here, making sure that Kerberoot is actually returning usernames when it does hit a legitimate username. So that's helpful. I feel like in the PCAP that they started with, Legion should be able to pull out a list of usernames to run against Kerberoot. And
they already had a number of both hashes and some cracked passwords. So I guess they're just gathering more.
Yeah.
I do think it might be worth a look to take a peek at Elfreak for a minute, because Elfreak is using a set of Windows-based tools or Windows emulated tools to do some of the same tasks, and I just think that's interesting. So here's Brute Shark in use in Windows.
Oh, wow. I've never seen Brute Shark before.
So it's the same stuff being done, and he's a little bit behind some of the other players, but I just think it's kind of educational to see somebody who's pretty comfortable with some of these Windows-based tools that do similar functions.
Nice. So does Brute Shark pull out hashes, it looks like?
Looks like.
Nice, okay. And so, yeah, that's great. Like fast hash extraction, you can copy and paste them into a file quickly, and then run that for cracking. Oh man, this is awesome.
That's kind of cool. Yeah,
I'm learning a ton. Excellent. Wow. Okay.
We have a nice question in the chat. The question is, would it be relevant to ask what exactly is the level of these CTFs related to the machines in OSCP? I'm a beginner in CTF, so just need to know my certainty of participating in UHC. I cannot say about OSCP, but UHC is made for people that are learning. So sometimes we have flags for beginners, and the CTF is over in like 30 minutes. And sometimes there's some, hard flags going on, and the players go round and round. And we have just a few people on the scoreboard. It varies, but UHC is made for people to learn with CTF. As you can see on screen, there is a lot of researching going on. So these kids, and they are literally kids, most of them are kids, are also just learning on the fly. Mm-hmm. If you don't want to be on the live stream, while you learn, we have the qualifying rounds as well on Discord that happens every week as well on Saturday. So you can just join the fun. And go learning a few weeks, and then if you're ready, you can go live on the final Twitch match here with us. It is made for people to learn. UHC is not made for, be a high level, crazy CTF. But as you can see, we are still learning, no matter how long we are in the infosec and hacking field.
And we just saw Elfrey.
We have the very audacious Castillo, who's playing chess as well at the moment.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we've seen the players play chess and Minesweeper and stuff in the middle, and it makes sense. Take a break, let your brain cycle. Come back to the keyboard with some fresh ideas.
I think I'd just be like drawing pictures in paint, but if chess does it for you, chess does it for you.
Yeah, I've heard with the boxes here in UHC in the qualifying round on Saturday, the difficulty is usually like a easy to medium box on Hack the Box. And then here on the Sunday finals are usually like a medium to hard level for Hack the Box.
It's important to remember that the OSCP is a different kind of test too. It's not just playing a game like a CTF. Like there's all these other pressures that go into that exam. You're being monitored. It's 24 hours straight. And there's a lot of strict requirements about what you have to accomplish, what you have to do, what you can and can't do. And yeah, there's rules for CTFs too, but OSCP is incredibly structured. And there's also the pressure of sharing an environment with a lot of other people too, and being under very strict monitoring and rules. So some of these exams, these higher level security and tech exams like the CCIE and stuff, part of the test is how you perform in a certain time frame under pressure. Under very strict requirements. It's not just your ability to hack. So I wouldn't necessarily compare the two exactly. I don't think they quite line up.
Nick in the chat added that they are an OSCP and OSCE, and they would say that the boxes on UHC are usually in the range of the lower to lower mid-level boxes in the lab for PWK. PWK lab machines, Skim Milk says PWK lab machines vary in difficulty.
B's using one of my favorite tools, who I didn't see anybody else use yet.
Oh, nice. And what tool is that?
And that would be Bloodhound.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't seen anybody go to Bloodhound yet.
Yeah, I was wondering when we were going to... I saw B pull out Sharphound earlier, but they were struggling to get it onto the box.
So now they're just on to Bloodhound, which is probably a good choice.
Excellent. Stookie in the chat also asked how to qualify, and Stookie, the qualification round is on Saturday. I think it's 8 a.m. Brazilian time to 8 p.m. Brazilian time. If you join the Hacking Esports Discord, if you type bang Discord or ! Discord in the Twitch chat, the bot should hit you back with a link. Boom, there it is. Type G in the chat. So yeah, B is running the Python implementation of Bloodhound, which I love that you can do now. I just got to do that the first time maybe like a month or two ago, and I was like, oh, this is amazing.
Yeah, that's a good choice there.
Let's
see how it pays off.
Another Python implementation of Windows tool that I love is PyPyCats, the Mimikatz or Mimigatos, as one of my friends says, Mimigatos implementation in Python. So if we can get like a memory dump of like LSASS as an example, run that into PyPyCats and pull a bunch of good stuff out of it.
Oh, dude, B has 1 billion VMs, which I appreciate. It might be a little bit too many VMs, but I do appreciate multiple VMs and rapidly switching between them, again, using the right tool for the job. So, whew, that's a lot of VMs. Yes.
The question is, how much RAM does B have?
They're not all running. There's only 2 of them that are running. So
right.
I don't think B's going to start them all up. Well, maybe B'll start them all. That'd be exciting.
Type G, we're just saying what you're watching right now is the finals on a Sunday night. This happens every Sunday. And sorry if you're asking about how to get involved in UHC. If not, please specify in the chat. But how to get involved in UHC is to play the prelims every Saturday. And the Discord will get you in for that. And then finish in the top 10 in the prelims from Saturday. And that puts you in the finals here on Sunday. Awesome. Sweet. All right. So let's see. B is I'm surprised.
Oh no, we got Wade is out there Googling for Bloodhound.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
I'm going to go check in on Silesian because I saw a Silesian tweet this week that he had finished all of the active boxes that were active on Hack the Box, which is an astounding feat.
Impressive. Yeah. That's phenomenal.
So I keep wanting to see what Silesian is coming up with. Looks like Silesian is running a separate some other set of hashes now, hash2.txt, against the RockU word
Trying
list.
to get more credentials still. Yeah, that's, I think last time we left Silesian, they were trying to get some more. And they do have, I think, more credentials right now than any of the other players.
Nice.
But they're not necessarily privileged credentials.
Oh, yeah, so that's a good point, right? We saw B get that shell as intern earlier, but maybe it's kind of like a red herring, and maybe what
Silesian has intern too and was poking around with it. I did see that, but they have a couple other accounts too. They look like user accounts. I think there was like a Jay Smith.
That's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, they have a couple others, I think, but they looked more like user accounts than anything admin related.
I wonder
But
if
you never know in a CTF.
Yeah, it could be, maybe it was just in the PCAP and now the account is deactivated, or maybe it just doesn't have any privileges, or it's not a good group that you would want to authenticate as. Let's see, running the fork of enum for Linux, enum for Linux NG next gen, and I don't know. I'm old fashioned. I still do enum for Linux. I know IPsec kind of. Yeah, exactly right. It's not broken. Don't fix it, I guess. But I know IPsec in some of his videos isn't the biggest fan of the tool, but I think that's mainly just out of the fact that it hasn't been updated for a long time. But it still has good value. I tie it into my CTF recon tooling. Let's see. So Silesian, just kind of circling back at that ground layer for enumeration. I'm going to go down to John the Ripper.
Yeah, we haven't checked in on John the and John of the River. John River.
John the Rivers.
John the Rivers. We haven't checked in on John for a while.
John also has a shell as through EvilWinRM. I don't see the user in this screen setup yet, but I'm sure we'll find it. John was in the Windows temp directory, and it looked like there was something up there, but it just scrolled off, so I missed that file listing up top. But I see userscript.ps1, so that might be something that got dropped.
I don't think Discord wants to show John's screen. All right, finally, here we are.
Yeah, I'm getting a little latency on John's screen.
It's because I'm hogging all the bandwidth watching it.
Cool.
You just have to trust me when I talk about what's going on.
narrate us what's happening on John the Rivers.
Oh, all right. Zion has redeemed player screen time for Castillo. So now we're going to Castillo's screen. And if I'm not mistaken, it's going to be 3 minutes of chess. Oh, no, he's already back. Okay.
He's back from his chess. There was chess for a while. It was excellent.
I was about to yell out, pawn to rook 8.
So now we have a player screen redeemed from the store, and we're going to have 3 minutes of Castillo.
Nice. Well, yeah, on the left side, Castillo's got SMB client set up. So it looks like they're trying to enumerate shares with that -L listing the shares out. And then they're also in parallel digging through Wireshark here on the right side, that initial PCAP file. I do see in that middle section in Wireshark, there's the domain there, EC2 AMAZ, which to me says you're probably running on a Windows EC2 instance inside of Amazon. That's
an interesting thing to explore. Because we might have some cloud-based exploitation available here.
Yeah, I think if I could get a shell on...
this isn't running SMB1. He's trying. Unfortunately, that would be a nice gimme.
Yeah, with a shell in the Windows instance, I would then be looking to hit the metadata service and pull AWS Access credentials out from that, and then maybe see if maybe there's some permissions there that you could get access inside of the cloud environment to other things.
Yeah.
And that was the CTF 1 week. Actually, that was our fastest CTF. One of the players, Kao Wei, who's also very young, I think. Maybe Marina, check me on this, 17, 18, something like that.
Yeah, I think he's like 17 or 16. He's like super
Good for
young.
him.
Yeah,
That's
and
awesome.
he won it in 25 minutes. He just tore through that environment. It was incredible. But yeah, so we're seeing Castillo just pulling out some of the data here from the PCAP, making notes, always valuable.
Yeah.
I feel like note taking is really like the unsung skill of hacking.
Yeah, I think he's the first one I've seen really taking detailed notes at all, and that's something that you learn over time too, especially when you're young and you're or new to hacking and new to InfoSec, is the importance of that. And it's something you learn pretty fast in an environment, a high pressure environment like this, is how easily you can forget small details and or get them confused as you proceed.
Yeah. I like to complain about how many interruptions I get at work. Like somebody's always pinging me on Slack, and there's always some email that needs responding to and whatever. But because of those distractions, it makes me take good notes so that when I finish responding to those messages, I can come back right away and be like, okay, this is where I was. This is, like what I was doing. This is how to get back to wherever, spot I was at before I got so rudely interrupted.
Unfortunately, I don't think they're going to get much more out of that packet.
Yeah. The packet, I guess the other thing here to note is that there's just a packet that I think was sent from the administrator account. But yeah, tough spot to be in, digging through network forensics in the middle of the CTF, for sure.
It's a really good CTF though, because it's, as I said a while ago, it really is something that adversaries out there and red teamers do a lot, is network enumeration through passive methods like capturing packets. So because if you're doing like a real red team assessment, of course, and you can tell them more about this, it's less of a quick endeavor of bash at things and see what's vulnerable. It's trying to emulate an adversary who's really got persistence and is going undetected for potentially a long time. So absolutely.
And one other aspect that I'll add to that, though, is trying to adjust to what the blue team's levels are, right? So if I come in and I'm all like super secret ninja, but the blue team can't catch a reverse shell that's going across the network, then I shouldn't be dropping my own super secret implants that do protocol and protocol tunneling or something like that. I should be like throwing reverse shells, and let's get everybody up to that level for visibility and detection.
That separates the poor red teamers from the good red teamers. How much of a conversation do you have with the SOC and the incident responders before you get started? Do you look at their incident response plan? Do you look at like what logs they have available? If they have like a collection management framework, you should know all that coming in. It's going to bring a lot more benefit to everybody.
Definitely. Okay.
So B is back to mapping out some Kerberos environments.
Oh yeah, there's Bloodhound up on the screen.
I don't see a lot of people use the graphical representations in Bloodhound. I think that's nice.
That is the only way I've used it.
Yeah, I mean, like everybody sits at command line and stuff, but I like it. I think it's good in again blue team and red team to see a representation. A picture can sometimes make you think about things differently than just seeing things in tabular format.
Absolutely, yeah. The visualization can be super helpful, and you are hitting on a great point there as well. That I like seeing blue teamers run offensive tools in their environment. In like an engineering role, I run like offensive tools to be like, what does my infrastructure that I'm like working on look like to an attacker? And so same thing with like with blue team folks and hacking tools, not just for red teamers.
Yeah, absolutely. Because it's the only way you're going to separate out, benign but nefarious looking admin activity from actual malicious people. Because you're not going to understand why PS exec is being used in certain ways in your environment unless you actually start having somebody do it or you do it yourself.
Yeah, excellent point.
WMI, whatever.
Yep. Yeah, getting that understanding of what things do look like, what things should look like, what things should not look like, always valuable. I just saw somebody had joined asking, what's going on? Infinite Logins, there it is. Infinite Logins, welcome. You are watching a live hacking competition. This is an environment that was set up specifically to be hacked, and you're watching the finals. The top 10 players from a preliminary round yesterday are all competing at the same time. So right now we're watching one of the players' screens. They are running Bloodhound inside of a Windows environment, trying to figure out a way through this Windows environment. Elon Musk, what is hacking? Sorry, this is not a philosophy live stream, so we're not going to get into what is hacking.
Me. Let me go. Let me answer that one. I like that question. I love when people ask what's hacking, because that's so fucking impossible to answer. Because it's such a wide answer, right? People tend to say, "Oh, hacking is like true hackers. They're gonna, break all the systems. They're gonna use this tool. They're not gonna use any tools. They're gonna do this. They're gonna do that." That just doesn't exist. I'm sorry. Sorry to tell you, hacking is just so wide, and can mean so many things. Hacking is a lifestyle. Hacking is a way, of studying. Hacking is a way of executing and putting your skills up to work. Hacking is mainly, a subversion of power and processes. So you understand a process from the beginning to the end of it. And you're gonna find your way to subvert it, and that can be any kind of process. It can be human behavior. It can be systems that you're using on your day-to-day basis. It can be anything, actually, as long as you have the right mindset, and you put yourself up to work and you enjoy your journey while you're hacking things. There you go. Welcome to hacking. This is Hacking 101.
Yeah, hacking is everything. Also pronounced honking, as was called out in the chat by Sticky, I believe. So there are various takes on the definition and the spelling. Infinite Logins, if you hit ! Discord in the chat, the bot should give you a link to the Discord. And then from there, you can find where the prelims take place and how to be a part of the community. So thank you for joining us. Thanks in advance. Let's see, who are we looking at currently? Okay, so we're on B's screen. B's still looking at Bloodhound. I popped over to see Gabriel Vernilo.
We haven't checked in on Gabrielle for a while, but I think
they're just setting up.
They're a little, they've been a little stuck on that for a while. So
got it. Okay, and this is one of the the pitfalls of Python. I guess I love Python. It's usually what I code stuff in. And it's just sometimes the environments are not cooperative. So you'll set up a tool, everything should be working, but it's not working. And some dependencies missing, or the wrong version of Python is being used.
It looks like Gabriel has that intern set of credentials as well. Yeah. So I guess we missed them while we were looking at other folks cracking it. So they do have that same one that the other folks have now. So nice. They're going to try but we already know what the results of trying that on PSExec is going to be. So. Yep.
And another thing here, the password has that ! Right? And so I think they're in a bash shell, I want to say.
Yep, escape it.
Yeah, so you're going to have to quote it or escape it, I think. Yep, there it is.
Yep.
Bang at IP.
Not going to work.
Not found. So yeah, gotta put some quotes on it.
Look at that beautiful black and green terminal right there. That's hacking, y'all. That's hacking.
Classic stuff there.
Black and green terminal.
Yeah. Destroy your eyes by the time you're 40, guys.
We're in the Matrix. Yeah,
also,
no doubt.
Shout outs to Nikila999. Thank you for subscribing to us and welcome to our channel.
Dope. Thank you. And yeah, Nick has some awesome comments before adding in their insights from having done OSCP. So thank you so much for those contributions as well.
I'm trying to see if anybody's really doing anything different from the Pokenet intern, and they see people are mostly doing one of two things. They're trying to poke at the intern account to see what they can get out of it, or they are trying to pull more credentials out of packets, which I think might be kind of futile at this point, but we'll see. All right, what is John up to? More WinRM,
Nice.
but still with that intern account.
Okay. Roxanne, thanks for joining us. Appreciate you. Let's see. Somebody asked earlier something, and I totally missed it, but I want to see. Oh, yeah. Zitar asked, does UHC cover all web, forensic, crypto, binary sorts of CTFs? And the answer to that is that the challenges are new every single week. Every Saturday is a different set of challenges. Every Sunday is a different set of challenges. And I think we are seeing the first real like forensic stuff in this particular UHC. I haven't really seen much forensic stuff previously, but they do usually have web stuff. There isn't much binary exploitation that I've seen, maybe in the prelims, because you have like most of the data play. But here on the finals with 3 hours, I wouldn't expect players to be able to dev exploits and reverse stuff in a 3 hour time frame.
All right, Wade is dropped into Metasploit.
Nice.
Was waiting for somebody to do that.
Yes. Yeah, because there are a number of auxiliary modules for SMB in Metasploit, so that can also be like a really helpful toolkit.
Yeah, I'm surprised nobody's tried it yet.
I feel like there's this inherent, I don't know, adverse reaction to Metasploit because of the offensive security requirement about not being able to use Metasploit inside of the OSCP exam.
Sure, I get that. But I mean, for the sake of this time constraint, which is substantially shorter than the 24 hours of the OSCP,
yeah,
I don't see a problem with it.
For sure. Yep. Especially, like you said, 3 hours. Speed is important. All right. Wade is downloading PowerView. Nice. PowerView 3.0 tricks.ps1. Oh, wait, John. Sorry, I'm on John. I was looking at the wrong
John?
thing.
Okay, let's hop over to John.
And Water Too Cold saying counterpoint, in some environments, Metasploit just isn't really all that applicable. Water Too Cold, if you were, I don't know, of cold water of sorts, what are some environments where Metasploit may not be applicable? Possibly environments with containers, containerized workloads, potentially.
Heavily cloud-based environments, things that are really where you really rely on getting into AWS.
Yes. All right. Nice. All right. Cool.
In this environment, though, I think it will be quite applicable.
For sure. Yeah.
Due to SMB2 and heavy use and some weak credentials, etc. So. And nobody's checked those OS versions yet. I'm still curious what OS versions.
And that's like I don't know. That's like enumeration. Steps 1, 2, or 3.
Yeah, like, are we dealing with XP or are we dealing with 10 here?
Yeah, that's a great question that we do not know the answer to. I will say, to the point of Water Too Cold, in my previous red team role, I don't think that I used Metasploit at all. I think all of the ops that I ran for 3.5 years, I don't think I ever used Metasploit on any of them. It can be useful for some cloud environments, but Kubernetes, not so much. Yes, in the case of Kubernetes, I would just wish that I could phone a friend like Ian Coldwater and get a goose on the loose inside of the containers.
Yeah, that's the time to bring in a specialist. Like, somebody bring me if they need to break into some crazy industrial PLC. You call in Ian when you want Kubernetes beat to death. Yes. I'm curious what host Smoke is on right now. I didn't catch that.
All right, yeah, let's bounce down.
Just so you know, the UHC staff has released a hint.
Oh, okay.
So we're probably going to see maybe people getting in the scoreboard by now.
Nice.
And apparently the hint, if I'm not mistaken, is if you already got Shell, you should look in other servers.
Okay.
That seems like a very good idea.
Yeah, and Leslie and I are looking at Smoke Nerd right now. Marina,
I
if you
think
want to.
Smoke Nerd is kind of heading that direction.
Yep, that is
Yeah, because
exactly.
we got some art here. Yeah.
Yep, that is exactly where Smoke Nerd went. Was looking at the art tables, which will tell you what
Smoke
other.
Nerd is on a box. I'm not positive what box Smoke Nerd is on or what account they're on right now.
But also taking notes. That's good.
Yeah, and taking notes. That's great. Taking very legible notes, which is good.
Yeah. And yeah, it looks like there's a number of hosts there. I see, 5, 6 different IPs in that 1731 block.
Yeah, so there's probably a gateway there. There's a couple broadcast addresses.
I see the 255.
Yeah, so really there's probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. No. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think there's only 4 hosts here.
Maybe 5.
Maybe 5. 4, maybe 5.
Yeah, one of those is going to be Smoke Nerd's machine.
Yeah.
Right? And also I don't know. Maybe the players are in their own subnets, so maybe they're all in the same box, and maybe it's just .2 and .1. And maybe like the .4 subnet is one player, like that .4 or .105 is one player.
I didn't see any of them check their own interface address either, so I'm not positive, but
yeah.
There is a question in the chat: who wins if no one gets flagged? I have no idea. We have never had that situation before. We have some really strong players playing tonight. I do believe we still got an hour and 20 minutes to go, an hour and 15 minutes to go. So I do believe we're gonna see someone getting in the scoreboard. But yeah, that's a very valid.
I think that the pivot advice is really good, even it's not as a hint. Like we were saying earlier, we were both chatting about when you get stuck, especially in a timed CTF or the OSCP, at some point you've got to make a judgment call that it's time to move to another box or move to another tool or try to move to another account. You just got to do it. If what you're doing is not working and it's not working and it's not working and you're on your third man page and your fourth article on Stack Overflow, it's probably time to try something different. And a lot of them have been banging away on that intern account for a long time now.
Yeah, that's an excellent point. And one technique that I've kind of developed that sort of helps me with that and kind of like framing things is I'll open up one browser window and to look up one particular item, right? So if I'm like, how do I do Active Directory user enumeration? I'll search for that and then I'll middle click to open tabs for the results that look good. But if I make it through all of those tabs and I'm like, okay, I ran out of results, I'm like, my search query was not good. I need to think of something else. I either need to refine my search query or I need to if I went through and I tried the results on those pages, those tools didn't work. I need to go look at something else. I'm barking up the wrong tree or I'm honking up the wrong pond or whatever.
We've got Wade is doing some Nmap enumeration, which is a different tactic to enumerate. That you saw Smoke is using ARP on the local machine that they're connected to. So they're enumerating using Nmap, which is fine too.
The actual hint is got a shell. Look for other servers that are joined to AD. Perhaps your login or other login may have access to other servers.
Yeah,
that was the hint that everyone got.
And Vernilo, good.
Vernilo said he thought it was hard that Kadu, which is the dude that actually develops the challenges, he thought it was hard that Kadu could do one machine per week, and he just saw the dude put together an entire network. We're just laughing because dude's a monster.
Yeah, looks like John Rivers is also doing the Nmap route. I think that John has a shell on something as intern. Don't correct me if I'm wrong, but I think most of them have intern at this point. Looks like Psych is relying on packet captures to do enumeration, which is perfectly fine as well. So different ways to get to those potential Windows hosts. A list of them. Mateus's text is too small for me to read. To be young and have good eyes again.
Right. Yes, I also cannot.
Oh my God! Look at the size of how.
I just see Python traceback. That's all I see.
Yeah.
Jesus, that is a very wide screen right there.
Yeah, I'm not sure what Mateus is up to right now.
Yes. Let's bounce to somebody else. Let's bounce up to
Gabriel is looking at shares trying to enumerate shares on 4.1.
Oh, what's up, Ian? Welcome. Ian's right here in the chat, and they already got the.
Ian is probably thrilled that the Kubernetes challenge was last week, and I got the Windows SMB challenge. So that worked out nicely.
And the bot has already flagged them. Such a rude bot.
What up, Ian? Thanks for joining us.
Okay.
I had my suspicions.
Already here. Huh. Those hackers. You can barely see them move.
Identity theft.
All right, what's Silesian up to?
Yeah, let's check on Silesian. I still haven't seen much use of Impact.
Java. Okay. All right, we're still on Bloodhound there.
Okay. Right. Isn't the Neo4j is what Bloodhound uses for the rendering and stuff, right? Yeah. There you go. Because I was like,
wait, what? Okay, we're on Bloodhound still.
If you got Java, that's like I'm doing the wrong thing. Unless I found like JDWP or something like that, then I'm like, okay, or if I find like a Tomcat management interface, I'm like, all right, this is all right. But anything else, I'm like, Java, no, thank you. Let's see here. Fungus, we checked on Psych a moment ago. It looked like they were still poking around. I'm kind of surprised that I haven't seen more use of Impacket. Really, there's and also AsRep roasting. We haven't seen any AsRep roasting, and there was definitely AsRep packets in that initial packet capture.
Looks like Psych has turned things around and has nmapped the place and is going with good old Metasploit.
All right.
Which, I mean, it's tool switch up. It's a valid tactic. It's not exactly what the hint suggested, but I mean, at this point, go for it. Yeah,
for sure. And let's see. I'm going to stay on Silesian because Silesian does have the Evil WinRM shell, and they are doing some AD enumeration. But I'll let you know if anything fascinating bubbles up here.
I'm going to keep an eye on B in the meantime, because B is also doing some interesting Windows enumeration. They've been kind of stuck for a little while on trying to connect to a couple other hosts.
Got it.
Well, thank you for the notes. B has notes on what host has been owned and what host hasn't been.
Nice.
Very helpful.
So let's jump down to B, Marina, and take a look, because B, I think, was also the first person to get the shell, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, let's see here. Okay, so B still working in Evil WinRM.
Trying to get onto some of those other computers, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and setting up the PS session stuff. So
they've got a pretty decent list of hosts now. They know what's owned, what's not owned. Again, I still see the biggest gap that I see is they don't know what kind of hosts they're working with. They really haven't done a lot of enumeration of the. Okay, sorry. We'll take our eyes off you, B.
Always fun to get the messages from the players. And actually, B is live on both the Brazilian and our stream, I think. Well, or I guess no, Kadu is just watching B. I think they're broadcasting Silesian currently.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm so thankful to be on this side of the screen.
B hosting. Said they needed to think for a sec, so totally valid.
It looks like B is going to set up a tunnel with Chisel potentially. I'm not sure. Maybe they saw some service listening locally that's not exposed, or maybe there's a firewall rule that's blocking the service from being exposed outbound.
And just checking in with a few folks. Elfreak is still poking at Evil WinRM as well.
Nice.
Let's see what Smoke is up to.
Chisel is like my go-to for tunneling. I love it. I use it pretty much in any scenario. You get the SOX proxy exposed. You can do the reverse tunnels. It's so versatile.
Smoke still has that nice shell on Intern, and I think it's really time to get off that machine and get off that directory. Because they got a good foothold here.
Yeah, I wonder if so. A couple things that we haven't seen. We haven't seen any of the players, as you called out, Leslie. We haven't seen them enumerate what their OS actually is and the architecture, which we've kind of estimated at 64-bit based on the program files directories. But we haven't seen that. We haven't seen them look at what IP address they're on.
Yeah, the only person I think I've seen do that is I think Psych did it. I saw an IP address listed in their notes, and yeah, I'm not sure who else. I think Elfreak is taking notes though too.
Nice. So if you look up ARP tables and you see like, oh, here are like these IP addresses, do you know like which one is you and which one is your attack host? Like which one are you currently on? Okay,
the people who are using Metasploit must have checked. I wasn't tuned in at the time.
Got it. I just saw sorry, who am I looking at? B resolve the IP address for their host, or at least for this QFD FBBL host.
Yeah, that's 61
through the ping. So now we know that host is .5.61, and if that's the host that they are on, then and looking at the ARP tables or even Netstat, you can look at what other hosts your system is this like compromised system is talking to, and then that would be my guess, is to think like, all right, now use the credentials that I have to try to get onto one of those systems the same way.
Yeah, we're seeing B go down some of the extreme Windows exploration routes that the other folks have taken. I'm starting to think that intern account is really a red herring, but it might be a good pivot point to move to something else.
Yeah. So maybe intern on this particular system doesn't get you anything except for access onto another host, and then that host has a flag or multiple flags. Marina,
all right, Chisel's going in on B.
Nice. Marina, do we happen to know how many flags there are tonight?
Let me double check with the staff before I say anything, but I do believe it's three flags.
Yeah, usually there's 3, sometimes 4. In the Twitch, Zitar asks, has anyone ever participated from India? Not as of yet. All of the players have been Brazilian. This is the first week that we've had somebody not from Brazil playing, with Psych dialing in from the UK. So they're up. I don't know what time their bedtime is, but they're up way past my bedtime. And as you called out, Leslie, B pulling down Chisel, and I guess getting it through Bash upload, which also strange to me because you've got the evil WinRM shell, so you can just use the upload functionality directly, or you should be able to. I don't think I've ever seen that fail, except if I'm trying to write the file into some location on the file system that the access controls do not like. Yeah, 1 a.m. in the UK currently.
Wow.
It's 6 a.m. in India. Oh, man. So, yeah, could you imagine having to go to work Monday morning and you've been up playing CTF all night?
Hopefully they're in college or something and they don't have to wake up super early. John hit a PF Sense.
Oh, nice.
Is John supposed to hit a PF Sense?
We are almost 5 minutes away from our late game, if I'm not mistaken. So we have 1 hour and 5 minutes left here.
So, Marina,
yes.
John asked a question, I think, to the admins, which is the PF Sense in play?
That's a good question.
We're going to wait for the staff to reply.
And also for John's screen to load. We could bounce to somebody else and come back to John.
Yeah, John is just asking, just has that question up in giant text, so hopefully he gets an answer.
Nice. In the chat, a couple folks mentioning Vampire tuning in from the UK. Thanks so much. And Polar, thank you so much for joining us all the way from Croatia, coming up on 2 a.m.
Damn, all right. That's awesome. So here, Leslie, as you can see, we have Carlos Escadu. He is the developer of the builder of the machine. And Igor and Magno are both from the Brazilian chat, also from staff. So I do believe they are all helping everyone around. Cadu is not on the Brazilian live stream, so I guess he is on technical support tonight. So he's probably helping the players.
Nice. Wow, CHP also from the UK. Thank you so much. This is amazing. I
Thanks
can't
for
believe.
being here.
Yeah, people from all over the world
That's
tuning in.
awesome.
We're international. I guess we always were.
Oh man, I'm going back to Silesian. All right, what is Silesian up to?
And it looks like we've got John up, and John is looking at the output from ipconfig, and so or maybe it's ipconfig. Yeah, I think it is, and showing a couple different adapters. There's US West 2 instance and a couple US 2 West.
Yeah,
2.
there's definitely AWS in this instance, and I would be very, very surprised if one of the flags doesn't involve AWS once they move a little bit more through this environment.
So yeah, wow, from France also. Thank you so much. People on the other side.
Sec asking if this is a weekly event. Yes, we are live every week. You can participate you can participate at the qualifying rounds on the Discord channel. If you type ! Discord, you can have the invite to be on the qualifiers. And if you qualify on top 10, you can play UHC here with us every Sunday on Twitch.
Awesome. Yeah, great call out, Leslie. Kind of what we were mentioning earlier is that they're inside the AWS environment now, but none of them have reached out to grab access keys from the metadata service inside of EC2. It's like that's like usually my first stop. And I'm like super curious about this pfSense box because I don't think I've ever seen pfSense deployed in a cloud environment before.
Yeah, did they get an answer yet?
Not that I saw. But that would be a really funny, like, random target to put up inside of a cloud environment. Like, you're like, oh, there's a CVE for this old version of pfSense, and you just like set up pfSense on an EC2 instance with a couple Elastic Network interfaces and let people have at it. It'd be fascinating. Let's see. Nice. Stuki living in Mexico. Wow, this is crazy. This is people from everywhere. I love it. Amazing. Also, I see CHP supporting LFreak. I love that the players have like their counterparts in the Twitch stream supporting them. I think that's
cool.
Cool.
They have their fan clubs. Like,
yeah.
Like real esports. We're all grown up.
Yep. Amazing. All right. Yeah. So I guess John is just kind of trying to get the situation sorted. I'm going to bounce up. Marina's on Silesian currently. So I'm going to bounce up there. And
let's take a look at Silesian.
Check that out. Also, Silesian dropped Chisel on the server, but running into some Golang issues. I think maybe a library was missing or something. But I guess it looks like the tunnel got started and now going to connect. They did manage to drop a binary, xc.exe, in the document subdirectory there on intern. Connecting back out. Let's see if we get the connection. Not yet.
It's a nice idea.
Yeah. So yeah, maybe I don't know. Maybe there's a firewall rule that's preventing outbound connections on 8,000 potentially.
Yeah.
And Silesian testing that now. It looks like setting up that netcat listener.
Trying to pull down the firewall might be a good tactic, but I mean, given the hint, I think I'd still keep pursuing trying to get on the other machines.
Yeah, I'm asserting that's like the prereq that Silesian's trying to fulfill here in getting the tunnel set up. Although they specified socks, but usually I see like people I bind like to some other port on some other endpoint.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Have they? I mean, people who nmap them, did any of them just like have RDP open? Like, did anybody check that?
Yeah, I have not seen anybody check for it.
Just scan for 3389.
We are being rated by the Brazilians here on chat. Hi, Brazilians, welcome. E aí, brasileirada? Pessoal dando oi para Leslie. Everyone saying hi to Leslie.
What up? To the bone.
All right, flexing that Portuguese.
So all I know how to do is say what up and order cachaça. That's about it. All right. So let's see.
Hello. Hey
so-
everyone.
Solution still working in that shell. I'm like so surprised that that they haven't been able to pivot out yet.
I'm still like, did any of them check just SMB and RDP on those other hosts? Because we know we kind of have a list of like there's 4 or 5 other computers.
Right. Yeah. I don't think
I know it seems really simple, but like I haven't seen anybody try it.
Yeah, we haven't seen any, like you said, the SMB. We haven't seen anybody try to enumerate shares on any of the other separate systems.
I mean, we
either.
might have just not have caught it, but
Also possible, right? There's 10 different players, and
Yeah.
there's only 3 of us.
I'm trying to flip through them as fast as I can. But I'm curious about that. This seems to be great efforts to go to use those credentials that they've already acquired, especially the folks that have multiple sets of credentials, user credentials.
Yeah. It looks like Elfreak dropped, and one other person, I forget who was in the 10 spot.
Yeah, we lost 8 and 10 quite some time ago, actually.
Yeah. Let's see.
That would be unfortunate. I mean, like everybody's kind of stuck on the same stuff right now. I won't be surprised if the hosts issue another hint.
Right. And in my experience, I expect that the first person that makes that pivot and gets that first flag is going to be off to the races. Because
Yeah.
once they make it,
I think
onto
they
that
just
next
need to
system-
get on a different machine. Get out of that machine.
Yep. Once they get onto that next system, I think they're going to pull down WinPs and make a run for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Blue Dragon Sec hooked on the fact that no one may get a flag, and how the heck you guys are going to go about it. Yeah, I don't know what happens. Nobody
They have,
gets
to, they have
surprised.
to fight each other then. They all have to fight each other.
No.
Last person standing.
Yes. Royal Rumble. Or we'll be like, you all have 5 minutes to write a depth first search implementation or something like that.
Yeah, you guys, if you're ever in this situation, yeah, there's a lot of pressure because a lot of people are watching you on this stream right now. Don't give up. Like we're not lampooning anybody. We would get stuck at similar points, and there would be tools that we'd have to Google, and and we've been doing this forever. Don't give up if you're ever in a CTF like this. Like just play it through. It's not, and it's a crappy CTF if somebody at the end just like mocks you for having to Google something or getting stuck on a flag. Like that's fine. Don't quit though.
100%.
I do agree with this comment here in the chat. The tiebreaker is going to be based on the quality of the notes.
I
Yes.
like that. I would be 100%
Yes.
behind that. The person with the best notes at the end.
Yes. It is approved. The staff has now approved, and this is going to be decided by no. Sorry, staff. Staff is listening to me
Somebody's
right
trying
now.
RDP. Oh no, they're not trying RDP. I was so hopeful. They had the RDP window up.
Yeah. We're watching, Leslie and I are watching Wade currently. And
Just try it. Just try it.
they loaded up the RDP. An
Yeah,
RDP
scanned
client.
for the ports.
And just running the top 1,000, I think, by default in Nmap. And yes,
That's
Leslie,
fine.
exactly what you said about to keep trying. This is specifically what happened last week. The Wade, who we're watching currently, Wade won last week, literally with like 6 or 7 minutes left, and he said in the debrief towards the end, like after the CTF was over, that he was like gonna give up. And then he decided to just like keep with it, and that was how he got that last flag and ended up finishing the event. So 100% to your advice of to stick with
kids,
it.
there's more to know about cybersecurity and hacking than any one person will ever know in their entire life, and it changes all the time. And no matter how many years you've been doing this, like there's always going to be another tool. Like we're finding tools during the CTF. We're like, hey, that's neat. I haven't used that before. It's fine, it's fine not to know things. You're always going to be learning in this field. So don't give up.
Yeah, and Windows, I feel like for players, especially like myself, where I didn't have money to build out a Windows lab when I was younger, so I just did all my hacking was in Linux. For players that are like that, coming from that kind of origin where you're just hacking on the cheap, if you don't have that Windows experience, it's really tough to be thrown into this CTF with a very compressed time frame and be like, learn Windows hacking on the fly.
Yeah.
Go.
And
But
somebody in the chat said the person taking notes on a notepad is going to be really disappointed. Well, I guess they can show a picture of it or something. They can show it on their webcam.
There's also another very good idea here in the chat. Juame or Huame, they're gonna have to chess to win.
Yes.
Castillo
Count
already
me
has
out.
the advantage.
Yes.
Yes.
Speed chess to victory.
Speed chess guy. Yeah.
I remember my first time playing chess online was on Yahoo, and there was I would open a second browser and I would play the computer on expert. But what I would do is the person I was playing, I would take their move and play it against the computer on expert, and then whatever the expert did from the computer, I would play that move back against the person I was playing.
Oh, no. That's the way to do it, though. That's some hacking there. Okay, so B is trying to do some remote execution on other systems now using PowerShell,
Ooh, nice.
which
Also,
I think is a very good choice.
I like Stuckey's best bash RC wins as well. That's a good suggestion. Your shell
Yeah,
RC
that's fair.
is your entry.
Okay, so yeah, they're trying to bypass security. They're trying to get onto that system using intern.
Oh yeah. All right.
Yeah, that's a good tactic.
Yeah. Oh, I've done this. It's you're like setting up the credential in the specific way that that PowerShell needs, if I remember right. It's like a secure credential. And yeah. Huh. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get it. Fingers
get it.
crossed.
All right. All eyes on B.
Yeah. All eyes on B. Sorry, Tupac joke. What is that though? It's a firewall
Yeah.
error message, huh?
Yeah. The computer was successful. Connect. Firewall exception. Yeah, I mean, it's possible that WinRM is just not allowed at all.
Yeah, potentially maybe that the intern account is not in the
Yeah.
remote managers group on the second system also.
Yeah.
And what else? Yeah, this is why I liked your point earlier, Leslie, about doing the SMB enumeration from the vantage point of that first shell. Like, what if there's a flag in a share that you could get right now?
Just get it. Just get it right now. Just like enumerate the computers that are out there. See what shares are open. See who's running RDP, things like that.
Yep.
Just like an Nmap scan for SMB and an Nmap scan for RDP.
All right, going to Hack Tricks. I was wondering when we were going to
Yeah,
see
why
Hack
not?
Tricks.
Why not?
This is like one of my favorite sites. So much good information all compiled into one spot here.
Yeah. That's really cool.
But
I
yeah,
haven't seen anybody try just like pure WMI either.
yeah, good point. And to that note, we saw some of the Impacket tools like PsExec and Get User PSNs,
Yeah.
but we didn't see anybody try WMI exec.
Yeah, I haven't seen anybody try WMI, which I would go to first, but maybe I'm just old. I don't know. Maybe that's just me showing my age.
Nick in the chat saying too often people don't fully enumerate. And I feel like that's a very common
Yeah.
theme, right? There's always something else to enumerate.
But there should be like a top 10 kind of in a Windows environment. Like, okay, what OS versions are you dealing with? What shares are open? What version of SMB? WMI would be one of interest too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
be with the IPSEC call out there, the please subscribe. Yeah, figure eight. Always be enumerating. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I gave a talk at DerbyCon in 2017 that was all recon stuff. The talk was called Full Contact Recon, and it just highlighting the
Hey,
value.
Salesian's doing what I said.
Nice.
We got some nmaps for specific ports now. That's good.
Dope.
That's good. Good.
Check on Salesian.
All right.
And
Looking for net bios. Okay.
And checking the subnet. Nice.
Yes. Good. This is all good enumeration stuff.
Yeah, the ARP table is always a go-to. I remember one time I had a job interview and they were like asking me these scenario questions of like, what would you do if you're on a system, like this? And it went well. I ended up getting the job, but I remember getting off the call and I like had like a face palm because I forgot to say netstat at some point. And it was like this situation, like I mentioned ARP tables and I mentioned like all these other like read primitives for figuring out, network connections and everything.
Sure.
And I didn't say netstat. And I was like, that's the most obvious one. They're probably going to think I have no idea what I'm talking about.
Oh. But it's just like we say, don't quit. Everybody has problems like this.
Yes.
Just a nice quick reminder. We are 10 minutes in our late game. So we have 15 minutes more on our UHC CTF tonight. If you stay with us till the end, we're gonna raid at the end to the Brazilian channel. We're gonna go, through the walkthrough of the challenges to know what the heck we're looking at. If we have a winner, we're gonna have an interview with the winner, and we're probably gonna find out if if we don't have any winners tonight, if we're gonna have more cash prize next week or something like that. So we're going to get to know a little bit of the solution at the end. Stay with us. We're going to raid to the Brazilian channel at the end. We're going to have a bilingual broadcast. We're going to have Portuguese and English going on at the same time. And we're also going to have the giveaways. So if you didn't know, we're going to have offensive security exclusive giveaways. One of the prizes will be the PWK course for the OSCP certification with 30-day access to labs and the OSCP exam fee as well. It is a $1,000 giveaway from Offensive Security. It's like a very good giveaway. And there's another prize as well. It's a 1-month voucher for Proving Grounds, also from Offensive Security. And you don't have to do nothing. You just have to stay with us till the end. Then we're going to raid to the Brazilian channel, and we're going to have the giveaways and the interviews and the walkthroughs. So stay with us. Simple as that.
Yeah, and win some free training from Offensive Security. It's amazing. They're excellent sponsors. I'm so happy to have them.
All right, so Nikila, 999 redeemed player screen from B. So we're going to B screen right now, and we're going to stay a while there, at least 3 minutes.
Cool. All right, looks like B is looking up some PowerShell stuff.
I think that's a really good tactic. Yeah. And we've seen PowerShell available on most of these hosts, so...
Yeah, one of my favorite features of Evil WinRM is that it is a shell in PowerShell. So usually, I feel like I've got to throw a reverse shell doing something like the Nishang reverse shell, or I've got to do like netcat and set my shell with the -e to like PowerShell, and it's not always super stable. But Evil WinRM, like I don't think I've ever had a time where it wasn't stable for me. So yeah, running PowerShell inside of Evil WinRM is basically like putting butter on bread, butter on toast. Yes, Zitar, the bot is a bit rude. We don't make any excuses for it.
All right, we're going to try RDP.
Yes, let's go.
Yes, let's do it.
I think
Let's
I saw
do it.
Salesian had found a second host that had WinRM listening as well.
Yes, I saw that on Salesian Scan.
Oh,
why, hello there. See,
What
we
up?
tried it and it's there.
Oh,
It's there.
All right. All
It was
right.
there all along. Yes, yes. Keep going, B.
How does this work? That's what B asked in the chat.
All right, all right, all right. EC2 config.
Yeah. Let's see. If you look under users, there we got a flag. All right. Yes.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Woo!
Get it, B. Yeah. Our first flag. First blood.
First blood.
First blood!
I beat it.
See, when Auntie Leslie tells you to just open up the computer and see if you can RDP to it. Well, he had to do a couple of things first, but yes, just RDP to the computer.
Oh wow. Okay. So we won't find out this week what happens if nobody gets the flag.
Thank you, B.
Nice, B. Okay. All right. Let's do it. Let's do it.
All right.
Root system. All right.
Oh boy.
Whew.
That was,
Yeah. Whew.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay. I think this is probably.
Oh yeah, the bot is letting us know that you cannot bet anymore. The bet was closed a lot of
Hopefully you
minutes
bet
ago.
on B.
I waited too long. Is this it? Oh, okay.
Oh, come on, bud. Come on,
Is that-
bud.
Is that
He's getting
a
the format.
different-
He just needs the format.
Is it a different password or is it the same password though?
No.
Whoa, 2-0.
Whoa, yeah, it is.
I called it.
B is rocking now. Yeah. It was just getting past that hurdle of getting onto the other Windows machine. Yeah. Oh, he's got it now. It's over. Yeah.
That was our prediction. Was once they got onto the next box,
They just had to get over that freaking SMB hurdle.
Amazing, awesome.
Now I think the other folks are tuned in, so let's see if anybody else has tried it now. So
Oh yeah, good question.
let's see what Silesian's up to. Silesian, I think got onto that box too. Yep. Silesian is quick behind now after hearing that.
Nice, hot on the heels.
Hot on the heels.
Oh yeah, all right. So now,
But now he's got another flag to finish after that. So
yeah. So there's one more
Yeah.
flag here, which makes me curious. Is like,
all right, let's see what the other folks are up to. Let's see who else has jumped on that. All right. I don't think Gabriel's there yet. Let's see, Mateus.
We got B.
No
Drake,
dice
guys.
there.
I like it. Akari, nice.
All right, so there you go. Silesian going in the scoreboard as well. We just saw
Yep.
him submitting the flag.
Pays
Awesome.
to tune into the live stream.
Yes, yeah,
People tell you what's going on.
Yeah,
Yeehaw!
the side
All right.
channel attack.
Wade is RDPing.
Nice,
Come
nice.
on. He types out the password. I like it.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
come on, Wade.
I had a CTF that I ran once, and this team, they saved all their flags until the end, but they didn't take good notes, and they did not transcribe 2 of the flags correctly. And when they went to dump those flags, they had the wrong flags, and because they didn't take good notes, they weren't able to go back and quickly get the flags again. And they ended up getting second place, whereas they would have had first place if they had transcribed the flags correctly or taken good notes to go
That's
back and
tough.
get them.
Okay, so so I think Wade's got it. Oh, see, they're all logging into the same box, I think. So the search is pulled up with the flag now.
Yes.
So they just have to like log in because the other person they're knocking each other out of the RDP session. This is good. Okay.
The same box in the CTF reminds me. I was at Black Hat one year, and I played CTF from HP, and HP had all of these different laptops set up, just these different bays, and so that way 10 different people could all play the CTF at the same time. So they're like, oh yeah, you want to play CTF? Here you go. Like, and they set me up on this laptop, and what I noticed is it's Windows 10 in kiosk mode.
The poor Wade is trying to copy that flag, and every time somebody, I don't know who it is one of the other players is knocking him out before he can hit copy.
Oh, get it. Copy,
Get
copy.
it. Yeah, I think you got it that time. Okay, good. All right.
Nice. All right.
All
Excellent.
right, cool. All right.
So we got like 3 players that should be.
Oh my God, we
up on
got
the
B,
scoreboard.
Solution, and Wade all in the scoreboard
Yeah.
now. Everyone with 350 points because they got the easy flag and the medium flag. But we seen this question here on the chat: if getting the first flag, the flag first, is worth more. No, it's the same points, but whoever submits first has advantage. So as of now, B, Solution, and Wade are in a tie in points. But since B submitted first the 2 flags, B is first place at this point.
All right, I'm checking on Gabriel. Let's see how Gabriel is doing. Gabriel is still, I think, on the original host.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
And Mateus.
So
I'm
yeah.
not sure. Yeah, he's working on Pashcat right now. Let's see what Psych is doing.
In that HP CTF, they had these HP laptops. They're running Windows 10 in kiosk mode, and then it just has like Microsoft Edge. And so the first thing I noticed, you load up Edge, and the whole CTF is in the browser. But the first thing I noticed was that it was not in private browsing mode. So I was like, oh, there's like all of the history and data is here and everything, just like we're seeing with like the searches, on that one system. So what I would do is like pull up the first challenge, and then in the entry box to put in the flag, I just hit the down key and go through all of the things that people had typed into the input box until I got to the flag. And I'd be like, oh, that one's the flag. And then I would just submit the flag, and then I'd go to the next challenge. And not all of the challenges had been solved on the one particular laptop that I was on. So I like wrapped up playing on that laptop, and then I went over to the next one. And so I just like rocketed up the scoreboard, and they came over to check on me, and they're like, yeah, how are you doing? I'm like, I'm good. And they're like, oh my gosh, how did you like get so far up the scoreboard so fast? And I was like, never mind. Like, can I just have a t-shirt? And then they like gave me a t-shirt, and I left.
I'm here just watching the kids talk in the Discord chat.
What are they saying?
Yeah, the apparently the scoreboard only. I don't know if it's the scoreboard, but there's a thing in the platform that only one person can get there, and submit. So they're making a pact, like, all right, no one, knock the your friend out. let's
that's
just
so
have
sweet.
a deal here.
That's
They're
so
all
sweet.
friends.
Yeah.
It's-
That's good.
it's all-
That's really good. That's very encouraging for their futures on teams and is part of cybersecurity companies, things like that. That's awesome.
Absolutely. And following on that thread, actually, a number of these players have gotten their first jobs in security from playing in UHC. And so
Yes, that is true.
they've placed, or they've made it into the finals a number of times. And then employers also watch UHC and say, oh my gosh, this kid is like super talented. I want to hire them. And
Gabriel, I'm going to give you this one. You're spelling client wrong.
Oh no.
All right, look who's at the scoreboard is our
There we
sweet
go.
John the Ripper. John Rivers is there with the easy
Nicely
flag as well.
done. Nicely
Yo.
done.
Welcome to the
John
scoreboard,
the
guys.
Rivers. Nicely done.
Get it? I love it. Sweet.
Gabriel is getting a RDP client up. Good, good, good.
John just got booted out of the RDP session, I think.
Yeah, you got to keep at it. You got to keep at it, keep at it, keep at it.
This is where scripting comes in handy, I feel like.
How about that deal, kids? Let me check. Oh yeah, they're probably here on the general chat, just like, yo, it's not cool. Yeah, they're just chatting. Yeah, let me know when you get it so I can get in. They're all friends there.
Yeah, that's dope that they're letting each other get the shells, and then.
Did we lose our Windows player? I think we lost our Windows player.
Oh no, that's Wade. Wade is still. here.
Wait is on Windows? Okay, all right.
Wade is on
we
spot.
Yeah,
lost-
because as I see a couple of the other ones struggle to get an RDP client installed.
Yeah, we lost our
Doesn't have that
8.
problem.
We lost our 8 number here, and we lost our 10.
Yeah, that's too bad.
Akari in the chat saying that I am definitely the master of scam.
Wade has good notes. Sorry.
I'm just lazy. That's all. As a true red teamer, I'm just lazy. I want to get the easiest wins that I can.
Yeah, I mean, that's totally fair. I always say hackers are lazy and everybody gets mad at me. It's like my rule number one that I tell defenders, but it's not like an insult. It's like you do the path of least resistance. Like that makes sense. That's what you do. So, like you always see defenders like assuming that they're going to have like the craziest 0 day thrown at them. Like, do you still use XP in your environment? Then no. Why would anybody bother doing that when you're running XP? Like, so start looking for those easy wins because that's what adversaries are going to go after, and it makes sense for them too.
Exactly, and sometimes they're the least risky ones. I get that question a lot, from being a physical pen tester. I get a lot of questions like, "Oh, tell me your most crazy story. Like, have you ever, threatened the life of someone or, hanged from the ceiling in a vault?" I'm like, why would I be doing that? That's so risky. I can literally just walk up to the security guard and ask for the password, and probably I'm going to get it. Just try the basics first.
Smoke is battling it out for an RDP session now, too.
Oh, boy. Here comes the struggle.
I love the GIF in the Discord of Homer like scooching by everybody. So good. Truly,
I didn't realize they were sharing the target machines. Man, it's amazing that they stand up to all this.
Yeah, in a lot of the UHCs, there are multiple instances, and like there's load balancers, and like last week we had the Kubernetes
you gotta move
stuff.
Quick. Kiddo, you got to move quick.
Yep. But in this one, it is truly like a top of the hill battle, I guess.
No, don't change the IP address. You just got to move quick.
Kaizenski, they're in the chat asking how long till the giveaway. We're probably gonna go for more. As long as anyone gets root, if anyone gets root, we're already going over to the Brazilians live stream, but we still have a good 30 minutes here. Then we're gonna raid, so probably 10 to 15 minutes more there. So around 40 to 45 minutes. So I'm sorry because it's late there, but we're on Brazilian time here.
Which is not like the stereotype of Brazilians being late. It's like literally the time zone is Brazil's time zone.
Yes.
Yes, GIFs, the global language.
Yeah.
I see Ian dropping I think steering wheel icon emojis in the for the Kubernetes.
So B has a survival tactic here, which is installing Netcat, which I think is a very good tactic right now since RDP is like, woo!
Yeah, I think that's what they were aiming for is like everybody get a reverse shell, like let me know when you need RDP so you can get your reverse shell set up and then go from there.
But they're still fighting over it. I don't know who it is now. I think it's Smoke and B who are fighting over RDP right now. It might be somebody else too. And
Solution with a good thing saying start job. I'm guessing they're talking about like a scheduled task maybe. So maybe just
that'd be good.
Yeah,
that'd be real good.
That'd be really good to go. Yeah, it's just.
Oh boy, Solutions got to get RDP for that too. Oh no.
Skimook in the chat. Are there any restrictions on entering UHC? Nope. Go there on Discord and you can play the qualifying rounds. Simple as that.
Yeah, most of the players have been Brazilian. All of the players have been Brazilian up until this week, but this week we've got Psych in slot number 4 joining us from the UK. So the UHC CTF is open to everybody. Prelims are on Saturdays, and then the top 10 from the prelim on Saturday make it here on the live Sunday night.
There's also another good question. How do you keep up with the pace in order to have a new lab for the contest each week? How many people are creating the labs? Like 1 or 2 people. And mostly is Kadu from Crowsec, one of the sponsors up there in the stream. He is a monster. It is a different. It is different flags for the qualifying and different flags for the finals here on Twitch every week. Plus the challenges that they also have for UHC Labs, which is the learning platform from UHC. So yes, that is insane. We know.
It's wild. Let's see. B just got the shell. So
B has a shell now, so at least one less person is fighting over that RDP session right now.
yes. Ian asking, what time is it in Brazil? Let's see, it is 7:30 here in Austin, Texas. So I think it's 10:30 in Brazil currently.
We can actually see that on B's
Yes.
screen at the bottom of the screen right now.
Oh yeah, great. Yeah, good call. Yeah, Brazil stopped doing daylight savings time also. So when we switched our time in March, I think, we will then be airing at 6 p.m. Central Time instead of 5 p.m. Central Time. But the UHC will stay at 8 p.m. Brazilian time. It's just if anybody told me 8 p.m. Brazilian time and I was not married to a Brazilian, I would have no idea what time that is.
All right, so Chisel on B. Good choice.
Mousepad, is that a text editor? I'm unfamiliar. Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
Okay. I was like, what tool is this? Like, you got a RDP credentials? Like, is it
A light and self-hosted alternative to Evernote. Okay.
nice? That's cool. So the like local cloud. Nice. All right. So yeah, B has that shell.
Yeah, I don't see anybody else with a shell yet, but maybe they're slowly stopping duking it out. Let's see.
And let's see. Marina.
Okay, Silesian's going after Mimikatz. Good choice.
Yes.
Marina, who are you broadcasting currently?
D.
Oh, you're on Smoke Nerd, actually. There it is.
Really?
Yes. At least that's what it's showing me.
Oh,
in
okay.
Discord.
How did I got here?
How did
trying
she
to keep
get
up
there?
with everybody.
How did I got here? Indeed, I'm sorry.
Like Rick and Morty. How did she get here?
Sorry,
I mean,
y'all.
you
now
just
we're
dump
back
any
on track.
passwords.
Yes. Nice. Getting the Mimi cats, the Mimi gatos going.
Mimi gatos. Mimi nekos.
What language is that?
Japanese.
Oh, nice.
Japanese. We just talked about this the other day. Come on.
My,
Watching the animes.
my
The
retention is very
anime's
low.
wife, husband.
This is why I take good notes. My retention is very low. Sasek in the chat asking, how long is the qualifying round? And I believe that the qualifying round goes from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Brazilian time on Saturdays. Oh, it's 24 hours. Okay, sorry, I missed that. My bad. Did not take notes on that.
Silesian is running Mimikatz right now, which I think is a great option, a little bit different than the tactic B is taking.
Excellent. Is Silesian running it? Yeah, live on the system. It looks
Live on the
like, right?
system, yeah.
Yeah, all right, cool.
And we have another player in the scoreboard, Smoke Nerd, with 100
Okay.
points. I was
Good.
just
Made it.
there, Smoke Nerd. Unintentionally, but I was.
Smoke
Of
Nerd
course,
was-
Smoke Nerd's now going to be fighting for an RDP session too, so
yeah.
yeah.
This
And
is-
another player got the mid flag, John the Ripper, now with
Okay, good.
350 points. So B,
Yes.
Silesian, Wade, and John the Ripper are going for the root flag now.
It's looking like B really had the best tactic here with getting that cat running because
Yes, yeah, getting that shell so that you have
Yeah.
persistence. Dorp asking how to join the qualifying round, even though being on the Discord. And I think that they publish the details in the Discord on Saturdays. So I think just load up Discord on Saturday, and hopefully it all should be there.
You are right. Just stay on and, be aware on the Discord, on the UHC Discord on Saturdays, and all the info of the qualifying rounds are posted there.
So I saw that Mimikatz got a number of hashes and some
Yeah.
passwords. So I wonder, can any of those be used?
that was a good choice.
like I know some of the in-packet tooling can use a hash instead of requiring a password directly. So maybe you could do something like PsExec and use some of those hashes for to get that final flag.
Yeah, I think I'd be trying anything like that right now because it's quick. Instead of trying to crack them, like.
Yeah.
We are 25 minutes away from the final, from the final moments. We are 25 minutes away from finishing UHC tonight. And now it's a race in the last minutes of the championship. It is actually a race between B, Salesian, Wade, John the Ripper, and Smoke Nerd as well in the scoreboard. So the 5 players there, and they're escalating very quickly, as we can see now. Now that the first flag got figured out.
That flag, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I think it's anyone's game actually because they're all tied up.
Yeah,
I'm really watching Salesian right now and B though because they have some really good tactics that they're pursuing right now.
Yep, yeah. Watching Salesian go through the Mimikat stuff, and then Salesian was also making a few searches online, and I feel like it's a situation that I've been in previously where I did some search, I found some page that had really good results, exactly what I wanted, but I forgot exactly what that search was, and so I saw I think it was Salesian make 3 or 4 different searches, one right after the other, and load up a page and then be like, no, and go back and do a different search. And I'm like, I wonder if that's what's happening, where they're like, this is not the page that I wanted and I need a different search string.
Yeah.
Let's see. All right. Yes, Evil Win RM. I can't tell if Salesian just is incredibly fast at moving around and running things, or if Discord is pausing and lagging and showing me what's going on. Here we go. Yeah, exactly what I was saying. Using the hash to hopefully get a shell here. Yeah. Using Evil Win RM.
It's going to take too long at this point to crack anything else, I think. Yeah, yep. That's his only move.
And that's the beauty, right, with the Windows facilities that allow you to use a hash, is that you don't need to necessarily crack it. You can just pass it right through.
Now I believe they're running Windows 10, so this will be interesting. But we'll see how.
Oh yeah, okay. So now looks like Salesian is going to look for some additional SMB enumeration, with hopefully intending to use the hash that they've got. So yeah, the flag title I think was got DA or something like that. So it seems like you'll need to be the domain administrator in order to get this last flag.
Yeah.
And yeah, I guess maybe the credentials that Salesian has access to has group or server operators group membership, maybe, and that's why they're digging into this particular group.
Which is exactly the problem that I see B running into right now as he tries to do some more share enumeration.
So yeah, in the setting of going to domain admin, I don't know that I would necessarily be looking at SMB enumeration that much. I think I would be, Mimikatz would be one way to go. Maybe CrackMap.
Unfortunately, I think only one of them can be local to that one host at a time. So B and Salesian can't be on that same computer at the same time running Mimikatz.
Yeah.
They're gonna. B has to look at another avenue now because Salesian's stolen that RDP session.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So looking up the there's a lot of privileges there. Yeah. I would definitely be digging through my notes right now. How have I gotten domain admin in the past? That would be my route. But that would be my route every step of the way, I think, through the CTF.
B is pursuing creating a user, which is a good tactic there too. See if they have the credentials they need to add a user.
Nice.
So that they aren't fighting over that RDP session anymore.
Got it.
They're going to have to give it RDP permissions, but hopefully they have the rights to do that. We'll see. I don't know if they do.
I'm gonna go back and check on Silesian. That's what's currently broadcasting on the stream
Yeah.
here. Silesian's digging through.
I think Silesian's kind of ahead right now because of the use of Mimikatz. I think B is interesting because B's trying to figure out a way around the fact that Silesian has RDP. It doesn't look like B is going to be able to create an account though, because that account isn't privileged enough to do it. So that's not going to do it.
Is Silesian's RDP session still open? I think that Silesian is on like an Evil Win RM shell at this point.
Somebody's session is open because B couldn't get in.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, it might be one of the other.
Yeah.
I do see now. It looks like Silesian is trying to crack that hash, which, as you called out earlier, Leslie, no time.
15
for
minutes
that.
left. Yeah, there's no time now. I mean, it could be super, super weak, but
let's see. Yeah, Sasek saying one of the things that they would have done is game local admin and then set up
my
another
God.
user. And
yeah, that's what B's trying to do right now, actually, but not very successfully.
So right now, at 20 minutes to the end, someone redeemed the scoreboard down points.
Oh no!
So the scoreboard is now down. And we have just a few minutes to go. So the scoreboard is probably going to be down for around 10 minutes. It's going to be very tense. Very tense 10 minutes.
Yeah, I like the call outs of adding a separate user and also adding like a scheduled task for persistence. I think those are really good.
Yeah, those are good tactics. They're just coming into it late in the game, so
for sure.
And it's an artificial time limit that you might not have in a pen test or something. So
True.
Oh, okay. The staff just corrected me. It's 5 minutes down on the scoreboard. Okay.
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 Dorp asking how long are the live rounds? 3 hours max until somebody gets all the flags, whichever happens first. Excuse me.
all right. So B is installing Mimikatz now. So
Nice.
probably going to try the same stuff.
Silesian, look, it's like they've swapped places. Silesian
Yeah.
is now doing the SMB stuff. And,
Yep. They've reversed tactics now. Let's see who wins out. And I think they're both valid tactics. We'll see which one is done successfully first. I think that's what this might come down to.
yeah.
I'm going to check in on the other folks, though.
Ooh,
see
this
what they're
looks
up to.
promising. Okay, so B now on the sysvol share. There's a uhc.labs directory. I wonder if you... Oh, you know, another thing that I haven't seen the players do is dump like NTDS.
No, I haven't seen them do that.
Yeah, which like that's another path to success as well in an Active Directory environment. And ntdist.dit. So I can never remember what it's called until I've got it on my shell. And Sasek saying, or set up a firewall rule so only my IP could RDP. And I think that there is a rule about operating in UHC that you can't like block out the other players. So you can't like delete their payloads or stuff like that.
You cannot tamper that way with the other players or either the infrastructure of the challenges of the CTF.
But I definitely have seen that in other CTFs where you get access to something and then you close it off behind you. You patch a vulnerability, you upgrade a vulnerable version of a service so that it's no longer vulnerable, and then you keep your persistence on the box.
Something I'd like to ask the players when this is over is, at this point, what is their objective? Do they have an objective, or are they just trying stuff? Like, because it might successfully, compromise a Windows host. Are they planning to move on to another host laterally? Are they planning to go after the AWS environment? What is their next tactic here? Or are they just throwing pasta at the wall to see what sticks?
I love it. I do that with spaghetti, seriously, to know whether it's cooked.
I'm sorry for your walls.
I'm not. The walls haven't complained, and the pasta is never not cooked enough, I guess. But yeah, good point. I think that because the flag title is like .da or .da yet, I think that they are, focused on that objective of getting
trying
domain
to
admin.
get the domain admin account.
Yeah.
Off either this system or moving laterally to another system. I haven't really seen a direction on that yet.
Yeah, good point. Have they done enough enumeration to determine, yes, they are on the domain controller, or do they need to figure out where the domain controller is? Ian Coldwater saying, what else would you do with spaghetti code? I love it.
Oh, man.
Yeah, coming down to the last 15 minutes here, I feel like, I don't know, I've got this feeling like last week where I think somebody's going to pull it out with like 5 minutes left to go or like 2 minutes left to go or something.
Probably. They're really rolling now. And, you know, they're at a point where one of these hosts is going to have domain admin credentials on it. I'm pretty sure, like just to pull off of it, it's just a question of, is it the host that they are on right now, or do they need to hop onto the domain controller? And I haven't seen any of them check.
Yeah, that is a great point. Wow, this is painful seeing Microsoft actually Internet Explorer, I think, on the screen.
Still comes with the base install.
Oh, wow. Ooh-wee.
Okay, CertUtil, yeah, all right.
Let's see here. My Discord VM is not behaving, so I'm stuck with what's on the stream now. So we're looking at B currently.
Yes, we are.
Dorp asking, is it as simple as hidden files, or can it be anything? And in this case, I'm pretty sure that there is a file that has the flag and then requires domain admin privileges to be able to read it. That is my expectation. And it looks like B is loading up MeCats, as you were mentioning before, Leslie.
Yeah.
All right. So we have the scoreboard back up, and Smoke Nerd got points. So Smoke Nerd is now with 350 points, so he got the medium flag as well. Now everyone in the scoreboard, the 5 players in the scoreboard, are with 350 points going for the root flag in the last 10 minutes of tonight's match.
Woo.
Oh boy, this is one of those nights.
It's a nail biter. Let's see. Demo Scene TV asking, do the attacked computers have the latest updates, antivirus, and firewall installed? We don't know.
It doesn't look like it, though. Not from what we've been seeing. Psych, I wonder if Psych is listening to this, because he's still not made that connection to get onto that host that has the initial flag on it. He's still trying to pursue the SMB shares. So I'm wondering if he's not tuned into the Discord and he's still doing this and going it totally alone.
Definitely could be. And that's a bummer. We should.
And he's definitely not. I mean, he probably doesn't read Portuguese as well. And so he's probably not involved in the conversations that the other players are having amongst themselves.
Right. Yeah. Kind of the solo echo chamber there.
Yeah. So he's using good tactics here. He knows about which one was it? The admin account. Ooh.
Right.
Yeah, he's got the admin account. He's enumerating shares on the right box, but he's not trying RDP. So
to be fair, the players cannot give themselves hints, or they cannot share the solutions between themselves as well.
Right.
But yeah, they joke around, you have that feeling of, I'm doing this with, a bunch of friends.
Yeah.
But that happens with a lot of newcomers, if you keep coming back, then you're going to get known and, you're going to joke around as well.
Stick with it. Don't quit. Yeah. Stick with it.
Exactly. You're going to find yourself, looking for gifts to, drop in the general chat as well.
And I don't see Psych doing anything objectively wrong. He just hasn't made that leap. And I think it's just, and they all took forever to figure out that relatively technically simple, but just there's just so much going on in a CTF and you don't know exactly what your objective is. So it took them all a very long time to make that initial leap, and he hasn't made it. But in terms of what he's actually doing, the notes he's taking, the enumeration that he's doing, it all looks pretty good.
Yeah, I agree with all of that.
We also have Mateus and I guess Gabriel. Both of them are also not in the scoreboard.
Yeah, I'm checking in on Gabriel right now. Same kind of situation. It looks like Gabriel is trying to RDP right now. Let's see what they're trying to RDP to. Oh yeah, 61. This will probably get him in.
Nice.
This might get Gabriel on the board.
Nice.
And they've been spending a lot of time doing enumeration as well. The only thing that I'd say about Gabriel's screen is Gabriel has too much going on, and I wonder if that's it. I mean, it's not a criticism if that's what works for them, but I think that they kind of have way too much going on right now to keep track of what they're doing, and I don't see them really taking notes as well. So they're getting booted out of RDP too. So hopefully they They should be on the board momentarily though, as soon as they copy paste that flag in.
Absolutely. Yeah. And Leslie, more to your point, workflow management also important here.
Yeah, if I was mentoring Gabriel and I was just gonna give Gabriel a little advice, it would just be just a little bit better workflow management here. There's too much going on and there's not enough notes on what he's finding.
He just wrote in Portuguese, I did not copy the flag. now he's going for it.
Yeah, he's going to be on the board in a sec.
All right, 10-minute countdown, y'all.
And just to add a bit more context here, Demo Scene, what's going on is this is an environment that's been set up specifically for hacking for the 10 players that are currently playing. This is every Sunday night. It's a different environment, different challenges. And honestly, and the initial question about like, have the computers basically been updated with everything? I don't think we've actually seen any updates or any patches or exploits be fired, right? So that's what I was getting at, is no exploits have been fired. The players started with packet capture. They were able to pull hashes out of the packet capture, crack the hashes, and then from there start moving in the environment as the systems are intended to communicate with each other. So we haven't seen any like real exploits been fired off. So it's possible that the systems are patched and really they just needed that initial foothold and then the ability to enumerate and move around. But definitely not super locked down. We could say that.
Gabriel is having some trouble establishing his RDP session. Okay, there we go. Oh man. Let's see if he's able to get it before.
I'm gonna pop back up to Silesian just really quickly since
let's see what Silesian's up to.
Still streaming. It looks like Silesian is looking at some script for some backup group, but still working on the SMB enumeration using one of the compromised hashes from Mimikatz to get access into this SMB share. It looks like as a user sysadmin.
Yeah, a couple of them have been poking at that account now. I think that's a good avenue.
Yeah, so I guess
the only thing is they're really running out of time now. So
right, yeah. I'm trying to think. Like, I don't know that the domain admin account is stored in like the SAM hashes. So I feel like NTDIS or whatever would be the way that I would be.
I don't think that's going to pay off in 10.
We'll see. Let's see what we come up with. That
I think B's kind of trying the same thing too. So.
Oh, all right. So while they figure it out, let's real quick have our picture time. So everyone watching, if you can print us or add us on Twitter, Instagram, on whatever social media, we're gonna do something funny or something cute, and we're gonna have our picture time right now. Oh, let me change my cam just real quick.
You're going to be Totoro? Oh.
Sorry. All right, here we go.
I think I should show off my awesome slippers.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Are those Pusheen slippers?
Yes, they are Pusheen slippers.
Oh my gosh. God, I love them. Yes, you should definitely show off the slippers if you can keep your leg up. Everybody quick on the draw and take the screenshot.
Quick. All right.
I hope they got it.
I love this. I want the exact same slippers.
You should get them. They're very warm.
They look incredibly comfortable.
Okay. Psych made it on the board.
Nice.
Okay. Psych, you did it.
All right, Psyche.
Nice.
Psyche, Psycho, I don't know.
And
He did it the hard way. He did it entirely via the command line, it looks like, guys.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I see this free
Yeah.
RDP. Yeah, it looks like they got the RDP connection, right? Through free RDP.
Is that what host is he on though? I don't, yeah, he's on 61. It's
Yeah.
just I have old eyes, can't see. Yeah, he's on 61. Okay. Yeah,
5
he's
minutes
got his RDP
countdown.
running.
You
5
can't
minutes.
you can't read dark gray text on top of slightly darker gray background.
I still use light mode because my eyes are so old and so bad. So that's what happens if you use light mode too long. Like your eyes fail and then you're stuck with light mode forever.
Well, I heard that developers don't like light mode because it attracts bugs.
That's
That-
that's like
I
that's
think-
dad joke quality stuff there.
That sure was a joke that I said.
That was humor. Some people may say it was humor. Right there
Right.
for
I
y'all
think it really
live on
comes down
Twitch.
to whether either B or Silesian pulls something off right now, and
Yeah.
they're both kind of going down that Mimikatz route.
Let's see. B poking back at RDP again. I'm going to jump back up to Silesian.
Invoke the hash.
I appreciate the feedback in the Twitch chat. Thank you. Let's see. So Silesian just keyboard spamming. I think that
I
only
know.
that only works in video
those
games.
feels. I know those feels. Hacker typer going now.
Yes. All right. Come on, Silesian. There's 2 minutes left. You can get DA.
So that's a brain farting right there.
Yeah, I think that's like giving up. Is
Yeah.
is the scoreboard back? Scoreboard
Yeah.
back. Okay.
Yeah, it's been for a while. We still have we have B in first place with 350 points, and then Silesian, Wade, John the Ripper, Smoke Nerd, all of them with 350 points, and Psycho with 100 points in sixth place. And we have 3 more minutes to go.
Nice. All right. Yeah, I think B is still kind of working at it. They're trying to get back in through the RDP, but I think at this point B is just kind of running out the clock.
Yeah.
So I'm like really curious what the
I
what the
think that
Kredas
you
path
kind of
is gonna
called
be.
it. Yeah, that they should have pursued some more like file structure related stuff instead of trying to just run Mimikatz. But I mean, if you don't do this all the time, what are you going to lean towards to get a set of credentials? You're going to look at Mimikatz. So
Yeah. I would be like, I'd go on ipsec.rocks and type in domain admin and then start fast forwarding through the videos or clicking the time links to be like, this is where we get domain admin. Like, okay, how did you do this one? Nope, next one. All right.
yeah.
2-minute countdown.
Ooh-wee. Also, what up, Silvano? Silvano joining us on the Twitch stream. Silvano was the original host of the American English stream of UHC. Silvano's also a UHC champion who has won in the past and was on the finals at the end of last year.
Also, shout out to Team Roadies. Mommy loves you. my dear community back in Brazil.
Nice. Yes, what up, Roadie Squad? Miss y'all. All right, so we're watching B here in 50 seconds. Everybody stay with us, by the way. We have a giveaway. We have 2 giveaways from Offensive Security. If you're just joining us and didn't catch the announcements earlier, one giveaway is the Pen Testing with Kali course plus 30 days of lab time plus an OSCP exam attempt, which is, I think, about $1,000. That's one giveaway courtesy of Offensive Security. We also have a second giveaway, 30 days of Proving Ground access from Offensive Security as well. So what's going to happen here in about 20 seconds or so, we are going to raid into the Brazilian live stream. There will be both English and Brazilian Portuguese. We'll get a walkthrough of how the challenges were solved and how they should have been solved. and then we'll have the giveaways as well. So definitely stick with us, and hopefully you come away with some free offensive security training and maybe certification.
And we have reached the final seconds of UHC. We are finishing up here, y'all. We thank you very much for being here with us. It is the end of our UHC night. The championship itself. But now we're going to raid to the Brazilian channel. We're going to have a chat with B, with our winner. And we're going to have a chat also with the Brazilians as well, the ones that developed the machines. We're going to have a little walkthrough to the process, and we're going to have the offensive security giveaways as well. You just have to stay with us. We're all going to raid there. It's going to be a bilingual chat between us. It's going to be in Portuguese and English, so bear with us, and we see y'all there.
Woo.